to say I
What is up, fight fans? I am so happy to be back with you here on MMA Weekly. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, right here across the country and around the world on America's and the world's largest independently owned MMA website, MMA Weekly. I might be a little bit out of practice. I've been doing the radio thing on ESPN and a bunch of other things, baseball of all things, but I love the UFC and I am pumped to be back here tonight. They're in Manchester, England for the first time since 2016. Bisping would throw a hook at me if he knew that, Scott. But, man, I am pumped. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. And you got Bisping there tonight. 2016 is when he fought Dan Henderson for the second time. The last time the UFC was over there. And, of course, UFC 304 here on MMA Weekly. Watching the Fight Companion show. Excuse me one second, guys. Just pulling up the fight here. Where did it go? It went away on me. I have it ordered and pulled up, and it just literally, there it is. Bang, right there. All right, UFC 304 is underway. Arnold Allen and Giga Chikadze, round one underway. In the featherweight division, really was just pumped for this fight, man. These two guys don't like each other, and it's a nice contrast in styles as well as they just kind of circle around each other through round number one. And, of course, a big card tonight, Curtis Blaydes and Aspinall. Hopefully no knee injury tonight for anyone in the fight. Aspinall, the first time they fought, had the knee injury. And then the main event, Belal Muhammad finally gets his chance. We don't have to listen to him talk anymore about how he never gets a shot, because now he has a shot tonight against Leon Edwards. No love lost between those two guys whatsoever. And Edwards just a fantastic champion from that moment he kicked Kamaru Usman in the head. I was live right here on MMA Weekly that night with you, Scott. It was in Utah. I'll never forget, because that changed the course of history. Kamaru Usman's never been the same. Leon Edwards has been great ever since that night. And all these things that have to happen as fate intervenes along the way. Diaz was putting it to Edwards in Phoenix, Glendale really, outside of Phoenix. And had there been a couple more minutes in that fight, Diaz might have finished Edwards, barely survived that fifth round, and then he just moves forward and gets that fight with Kamaru and then gets the head kick. But got about a minute left in the round with Giga Chikadze and Arnold Allen. Chikadze's a good dude, man. You remember, Scott, when we were in Vegas a couple of years ago for International Fight Week, and we interviewed Giga Chikadze. He got that Community Service Award from the UFC, but also a really good fighter at number 10 in that division. And, you know, obviously with Giga Chikadze, he's a dude who can do a lot in there. And let's see, pull this out here. There we go. And yeah, much better. Arranging things on the monitor in front of me as we go in real time. But so far, Chikadze's been avoiding the power of Allen. And, you know, as I look at this fight and kind of, you know, look at what would happen in this fight, obviously Allen's a big favorite, and he's a guy who people are looking at in this division as someone who can move forward and do a lot of damage. He's the red corner in this fight, and rightfully so. You know, he was on a fast track to the top and obviously ran into Max Holloway, and then after that, Evloev. So consecutive losses back-to-back, and he just got dropped by Giga, and that might have been more of a slip, actually. 2 seconds, 1 left in the round. And Giga Chikadze, obviously a longtime veteran. He's a kickboxer, third-degree Dan belt, and karate. And he's also old, man, 35, right? He was born in the Soviet Union. When you see a guy who was born in the Soviet Union, Scott, you remember when the Soviet Union fell, right? What was that, 89, 90, 91?
Yeah, I was there. Or no, I wasn't there.
Mr. Gorbachev tear down that wall. I mean, this is late 80s, early 90s. So if you were born in the Soviet Union, you're kind of old, right? So then you got Giga was born in the Soviet Union. He's coming off a win over Alex Caceres, Bruce Leroy, and a loss before that to Calvin Kattar. But he was on a big-time winning streak, before that. The jab started to land for Chikadze in that round, and really looking good there. landed a couple of knees, a flying knee, jumping knee later on in that round. And yeah, that was a good round for him. Yeah, that shot looks pretty good. Minus the shiny forehead. Wait, I can move a little bit more this way. There we go. If one camera dies, we'll let you know. We have a backup camera here. That's how sophisticated we are as we start to head toward round 2. Allen and Chizadze, of course, a big fight card tonight right here on MMA Weekly. We'll be here all night long until the end. I don't know if we're staying live through the press conference or not. I don't know, because I don't think we have anybody on site tonight.
We do have somebody there backstage, but he will not be streaming.
Okay, won't be streaming. That's pretty cool, though, that we have somebody there backstage for maybe history tonight, right? I mean, John Jones tore the pec. He's coming back to fight Stipe. Tom Aspinall wants a shot at him. I think Curtis Blaydes could give Jones a lot of trouble, too, because he's the guy at the top of the heavyweight division who can wrestle, at least enough defensively, especially. He's strong enough to maybe not, I don't want to say neutralize Jones' wrestling because I'd sound like an idiot because no one has so far, but at least maybe use a little bit of his strength in wrestling somewhat against Jones, and he's got more than anybody else up there. Aspinall, though, with that right hand, so quick, a lot of dynamite, some power in that hand, and so we're going to see some good boxing in that one tonight, unless Blaydes starts to try to take him down. But here's the thing, Blaydes, when he tries to fall in love with the wrestling, he can walk right into shots, and who could forget Derek Lewis just blasting him with the right when he went to shoot for the takedown and just knocking him out. But we'll see with Blaydes. Bobby Green and Paddy Pimblett. If you don't like Paddy Pimblett, the English Shaggy do. Oh, zoinks. If you don't like him, you might be in for a good night, man. You might be in for a good night with Paddy the Baddy getting his head torn off. I'm just saying. Bobby Green's a killer. If you go to a party and you see Bobby Green in the room, you're uneasy. You're like, this dude might like punch me or slap me just out of the blue. We all had friends like that growing up, right? Interesting, too. Allen and Chizadze just kind of still no real damaging shots being landed here. Not much going on. Trying to get onto ESPN Plus and get the stats from this fight, but for some reason, when you buy ESPN Plus on one device, it does not like to translate onto the other device, which is sort of irritating, honestly speaking, but we'll see. Logged into one, won't let me log into the other. So we're watching it on one side of the TV, and then on the other, we're looking at stuff. But I wanted to get like the in-fight stats, and I'm not able to really get them as we go, which is a little bit. We'll work on that throughout the night, and I'll make that happen. These two guys, really no damage being done. They're kickboxing. Giga Chikadze is a veteran. He's wily. You're not going to catch him in compromising situations. But back-to-back losses for Allen at 19-3. I mean, he only had one loss. Giga's 15-3, 8-1 in the UFC. You know, he was overwhelmed by Calvin Kattar, though. And Kattar's got that volume. You'll never forget his fight against Holloway and all the shots he ate. About 2 minutes left in round number 2. Two minutes left in the round. This is a good opening fight, too, on the main card. Featherweights, you know, they're not, I mean, they don't have tremendous power. They still have knockout power. Don't have tremendous power. Going to be a long fight. Both guys have good cardio. It's kind of something that you look at and you go, you know, putting these guys to open up the card is a good idea. Still just kind of circling each other, though. Not really anything tremendous being landed by anybody. No real big blows. Nobody's bleeding. Nobody's really dripping in sweat. You've already been in there, 8.5 minutes of a 15-minute fight. They're both guys good cardio. And again, it's a kickboxing match right now. And Arnold Allen really, you know, he's a jiu-jitsu guy, brown belt. He's a kickboxer. And right now, neither guy is really doing it. If, you know, you're watching this fight and I can't hear it, I don't know. I can't hear it, but I'm sure somebody's booing. I mean, I just not want to call play-by-play on the fight, but Allen landed a big left that smashed Giga back against the cage, and now he's rushing in under a minute left in round number 2, and I'm trying to figure it out as we go, guys, so I can get the live stats, and then we can be in business here so I can tell you who's winning the fight, because I'm not seeing much of it on the pay-per-view so far, but that doesn't mean anything. We're going to be here all night. Where are we going, right? We got 4 more fights after this, and by the way, we have a backup camera because this one's on a battery. If I start giving baseball scores, pay it no mind, because I've been doing baseball shows every day. Oh, man, it's too much fun as we head to the end of round number 2. Giga's landed some pretty good leg kicks, but the left hand of Allen from that southpaw stance has started to land, And so a nice win by Giga over Caceres coming in. And you think of Allen as a higher quality fighter. 30 years old, though, it's almost getting to like now or never time for him, right? Minus 230 favorite. Giga's plus 184. That's the end of round 2. What are you guys thinking in the chat? Where are we at with this one?
Star was wondering if this was a real person asking or automated, but let's get where everybody's from in the chat room. Get this going.
I almost forgot. Roll call time. How could I forget? We had this down to a science, Scott, after all these years. I've been away for a little over a year, and here I am. So roll call in the chat room. Where are all you guys from? Right here on MMA Weekly, UFC 304 here tonight. Jim Grieshaber, happy to have you back, or happy for me to be back. You guys haven't gone anywhere. I did. I've been just busy doing some other stuff, having some fun. You guys have been keeping it going on MMA Weekly, but we got some good stuff going on right now. From New Jersey, Star Smoth, I like it. Giga landed a nice head kick to the left temple of Allen in that first round. I'm trying to, again, get these numbers. Okay, very good. Did I? Nope, Fight Center. Here we go. I think I got this, Scott. Amazing what we can do with a little help from our friends here. All right, good. Here we go. Okay, and nope, it's just giving me the previews. Nope, I guess it's asking me to buy the pay-per-view, so it's not syncing up for me. No big deal. Anyway, Arnold Allen and Giga Chikadze, it's anybody's fight into the third round. I'll say that. We got Jersey. We got another Jersey. We got North Carolina in the chat. All right, worldwide too. Let us know where you're from as they fight the third round opening bout of the night. Giga Chikadze, number 10. Arnold Allen, number 6 in the featherweight division. That is pretty interesting, to say the least, right now. Still just kind of circling each other, though. I mean, I'm amazed that these guys aren't picking up the pace. What are you guys thinking if you're watching? You want your socks signed by the fighters? I would hope, not by me. I mean, doubt you get any socks off the fighters in there barefoot. No, it's not automated. It's a real person. And you're always entitled to ask for an autograph. No worries there. Nobody will think you're weird, we promise. Absolutely not. No weirdness whatsoever. Also trying to... All right, there we go. I mean, when you're looking at the rankings in the division, and obviously Topuria and Holloway are going to fight. Volk's in there. Ortega, Yair Rodriguez. Ortega and Lopez going to fight at the Sphere. That's going to be fun, man. We needed that one all along, and Ortega couldn't make it. Now we got it coming. Allen and Chikadze still circling. Now Allen kind of taking the attack to him a little bit more. Needed to. I don't see any scorecards anywhere. That's the one thing about not being... Let's see. Here we go. Nope. I'm already there. Already purchased. Restore. There it goes. Okay. Let's see if this works, guys. I'll get the actual stats as we go along. Under 3 minutes left. All right. Here we go. Arnold Allen trying to throw that left a little bit more. Had some success with it in the last round. Now he's throwing some hooks to the body with that left hand. A lot of power there from Arnold Allen. Just 30 years old. Giga Chikadze, 35. But Allen looking to move up with a win here. Might not move up much, if at all. I mean, he might go ahead of Evloev, but Evloev beat him, and Yair's at 4, so he's probably not going anywhere, even with a win. But Allen just 44 of 110. Not bad, though, percentage-wise. That's not bad, landing-wise. And he's really starting to land now more, and Chikadze's trying to throw more kicks. So that's where we're at now. Star Smooth, you want Belal to win? Who doesn't love a good underdog story? But when do you move from underdog to whiner? Because I feel like Bilal's been whining a lot. And that's one thing. He got a shot, though. I mean, look, some guys just aren't good at trash talk, and it just comes across as awkward and weird, and I believe that's Belal Muhammad. I do. Why is it bad timing? Bitu Ray, Raul. Belal is good at ground. Yeah, so is Kamaru Usman. 3 more fights after this one before Belal. It'll be the 4th fight after this one. This is the opening fight of the card, UFC 304, MMA Weekly, live coverage. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Scott Peterson. Man, some big fights lately, too. 300, 303, 306 coming up at the Sphere. Are we going to see Conor McGregor? 51 seconds left in the fight. It's still been pretty boring. They haven't really done much. They have not really done much. I mean, I can't sit here and say this has been any kind of a good fight because it really hasn't. But now Arnold Allen is really chasing Giga Chikadze around, and Giga like faked a spin kick there. Okay, 30 seconds, guys. Can somebody do something, please? You're opening up a pay-per-view. First time there since 2016. Give the fans a little something, will you, please? You got 20 seconds. There you go. A little firefighting going on here. Come on. Come on, come on. The audience jumping up. Yep. What are you guys thinking in the chat if you're watching this fight along with us here? Number 10, Giga Chikadze. Number 6, Arnold Allen at featherweight. About 5 seconds left in this one. And Allen trying to size him up. Flying knee at the horn. And we shall see. I mean, I don't feel like anybody did anything really all that exciting in this fight. I mean, these things happen, right? Easy for me to say. Good sportsmanship at the end of the fight. Come on. Why am I not able to get on? Let me see here. Let me try to log out and log back in. And we'll get a decision on this fight in a minute there, guys, by the way. Here we go. Here we go. And okay, here we are. And okay, there we go. They're showing the replays right now, guys. And Arnold Allen landing some big, heavy left hands. That's something that you really got to pay attention to. Do we ever bet on these fights? Occasionally, yeah. We'll throw some change down on them. I mean, we do pretty well with it over the course of time, for sure. This was a fight where I would have taken Arnold Allen by decision from the start, and I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be very close. I'm trying to get my my fight stats to go for me, my live fight stats. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to log back in under my other account. I don't know how. It never seems to sync up between devices, but they're about to give the decision right now. Chikadze and Allen so close. Let's see. Let's get these closed captions on here. That'll help there. Arnold Allen by decision. I would have won that one. So you asked if we bet on the fight. That would have been something that I would have done without a doubt. So there's Arnold Allen. I did not bet that, but I would have.
I have a parlay going. Don't tell my wife.
Don't tell your wife. What's the parlay, Scott?
I got Paddy, I got Tom, and I got Leon, and then to hedge my bet, I got the same thing except then I got Belal.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Wow. You hedged it, huh? So you're not that confident. Arnold win 2-1. Why is this?
And then I have a bigger bet. The under. I got the under on Aspinall.
Oh, the under on Aspinall. Okay.
Oh, Sawyer got 500 on Paddy the Batty.
Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Well, Arnold won.
Arnold won by decision, and that was a good one because if I had been betting, I definitely would have bet that. So I'm not going to have any luck, it looks like, getting up the live stats on ESPN. It's only on the app on the phone. but I'm trying to find it on the computer side, because on the phone, usually when you're watching it on your phone, which is only on a tiny screen, and it never syncs up with the computer when you order it on the computer, even though it's the same account. It's been crazy since they started. Hedging bets is a big brain move. I hope you make good money and are able to buy a lot of cool socks. Do you
I'm
buy
not
cool socks, Scott?
I'm too old for the sock game.
Really? You think you're too old for the... I don't know why. Look at Volk in the house. Yep. Man, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait for Paddy the Baddy and Bobby Green. What do you think? What fight have you been looking for? By the way, they're showing a video teaser for the Sphere show right now. But I've been looking forward to this fight card for a while, man. And the reason is I want to see Paddy the Baddy. And I don't know how you guys feel in the chat. I want to see Paddy the Baddy get blasted. How do you guys feel? You love Sock Star Smooth. What are your favorite socks? Which kinds of socks do you love wearing? No, I don't raw dog my shoes with no socks. I wear flip-flops with no socks, and I wear slides with no socks.
You know, I noticed guys wearing sandals and flip-flops with socks. Yeah. Younger guys. Yeah, that was like an old man move when I was growing up. I don't get it.
Right? But now the younger kids are doing it. Now the Gen Zers. It's not an old man move anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not an old man move.
I still think it is, but hey.
It is, because that's what we've been conditioned to believe, right? We've been conditioned to believe that, and it's been beaten into our heads by women who we've dated or married over the years. You can't wear socks, you look like an old man, or my kids, you look like a dad. But now that everybody's doing it, and I do it, what happens, Scott? It's cringe. Now it's cringe because now I'm trying to be cool like my kids, and I'm not a Gen Zer. So then you're right. I think we should just stick to what's been working for us.
See, like Chuck Liddell and Frank Trigg, those guys that like to paint their toenails, they couldn't show off their toenails if they had to wear socks.
I'm not going to paint my toenails either. Are you?
No, I'm not that kind of guy.
I'm not either. Not that there's anything wrong with that, because I don't want to be punched by one of those guys who does. I mean, look, there's a lot of guys now doing it, so there'd be that fist could be coming from anywhere. You know what I mean? This is cool too. We got one more fight before Paddy Pimblett's funeral. What do you guys think? Bobby Green and Paddy the Baddy. Does Paddy the Baddy have a shot against Bobby Green? What he did is Bobby Green's a killer, man. He's a savage.
I'm thinking that it seems weird that a grown man's changing his name at this point. So I'm thinking, is he there mentally or is he off? So I'm going off of that and going with Paddy. I think Paddy has the momentum.
Really? It'll be great for the UFC, especially in the UK. That's a lot of merchandise sales. Scott. A ton. They want those big stars in the different geographic areas of the world, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
And think about it, man. His name is King. You're going to bet against the guy who just changed his name to King right before a fight? Talk about confidence. I think you're looking at this the wrong way, Scott.
No,
Switch your parlay. Hedge this one. Hedge it. Come on.
No, if you're a true king, somebody bestows that on you. You don't name yourself king. That's like a doucher move.
Okay, a doucher move.
That's like saying, everybody... I'm the best at sex in the world. No, your woman says that you're the best at sex. You don't.
You don't. You don't give yourself a nickname. But how about this? Everybody in the world beat Tony Ferguson, but these two guys beat him back to back. And that fight, of course, is coming up next. The one we got now, this is going to be cool. And King Green, his name's King, man. Like I said, you got it all wrong. Someone changes their name to King right before a fight, and that kind of confidence, I love that. I'm going with him all the way. Where'd we go
he's trying to convince himself.
He could be trying to convince himself. You might be right about that. What do you think about Christian Leroy Duncan and Gregory Rodriguez, man? This is a treat for British fans, but an opportunity.
On this one. I didn't feel confident either way.
Great opportunity for these two guys, though. This is the thing about it, man. You're on a main card. You're on a pay-per-view. Christian Leroy Duncan and Gregory Rodriguez. And to get on a card like this right before Paddy the Baddy, that. And look at our audience. I mean, what's up, guys? MMA Weekly's live coverage, UFC 304. Throw it up there. Where are you from? Rep that hood. Belal and Leon. We got 3 more fights before that when it's the 4th fight. I am not excited for Belal to lose. Not really. Gabe says, I got cash on Paddy and Tom. Let's go, baby. Tom Aspinall with that power in that right hand. Curtis Blaydes avoids the right hand, though, and Aspinall's a dog. He could wear him down. Who'd you take in that one, Scott? Aspinall, right?
Yes.
None of these jokers replying. Shout out to Spain. What's up, Chewy? Olympics in the house. What are you guys thinking about the Olympics right now? MMA is going to be in the Olympics as a test sport. You saw that, right, Scott?
Sorry, I'm working on graphics right now.
My fault. I'm always bothering Scott. I bet he missed me a lot when I'm not here. I thought I just saw that MMA is going to be tested in the Olympics. I know breakdancing's in the Olympics. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, MMA makes Olympic debut in the 2023 African Games. It's Gamma that's making it happen. And, UMAF, IMAF has been working on that for years, so that's dope. So, yeah, MMA is finally going to be where it belongs in the Olympics. So what are you guys thinking about MMA in the Olympics? Why was it terrifying, Star Smooth? Was it hard to watch? Celine Dion and Lady Gaga did well, right? What do you think about MMA in the Olympics? Who would have been the most likely gold medalist out of all the UFC fighters who have come in? Imagine Hamzat. Who would have paired up at the same age range? I think
Star's referring to the transgender Christian, how they were making fun of Christianity.
Oh, that is terrifying. That's it's terrifying.
Not my thing to watch that.
Yeah, no, these guys are middleweights. And I didn't watch the Olympics opening ceremony. LeBron James carrying the flag for Team USA. I love the basketball. I want to watch Simone Biles in gymnastics. I want to see, the men's and women's hoops teams. I'll watch the wrestling, like when Cejudo won in 2008 and DC won bronze. Ronda Rousey was an Olympian. Look at former UFC star Yoel Romero was an Olympian. Who else was an Olympian in the UFC? Sarah McMahon was an Olympian, right? Kayla Harrison, hello, Olympian. Shout out to all the Olympians who have fought in the UFC. There have been quite a few, man. Pre-fight now for the second fight out. That would be Christian Leroy Duncan and Gregory Rodriguez at middleweight. Some big fight cards coming up, too. We'll be here with MMA Weekly live for all those coming up. Izzy and Dricus Duplessis. Man, that's a big one coming your way. UFC 305, then 306 at the Sphere. O'Malley and Merab. See if Merab steals his jacket this time. I don't know. That's going to be fun. Of course, both these guys here are unranked. So on a pay-per-view card with Edwards and Belal and Paddy the Baddy and Aspinall in England. Aspinall and Paddy the Baddy on a card in England. Man, unbelievable. With Leon Edwards. Those 3 guys on this card. All right, tail of the tape. 29 for Duncan, 32 for Rodriguez. 4-inch reach advantage for Christian Leroy Duncan. Give you the odds in just a second. Minus 110 for Duncan. They're both 6'2", by the way. Plus 130 for Rodriguez. We'll take a look at this one in just a second for you. Buffer with the intros right now. I think there's a little bit of lag. Sorry about that, guys. Second fight out, by the way. Rodriguez 15-5 fighting out at Deerfield Beach, Florida from Brazil. So many Brazilians in South Florida, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all our Brazilian friends living in South Florida. This is a good fight. All right, here we go. Christian Leroy Duncan, of course, fighting out of Gloucester, England. What a big night for the English fans, right? And you think of the time difference, like they're literally, it's crazy over there. And they don't care. They don't care about any of that right now. Let's see. Real quick, guys. I'm just trying to pull something up here. There we go. Over 1.5. Flag football supposed to be in the Olympics, Valerie? And you want to see track. Yeah, track and field is cool. The lady had her head cut off. Yeah, we don't need any of that. We don't need any of that. I had forgotten about that. Duncan and Rodriguez about to get started. I'll tell you when, Scott. And go. Round 1 underway. Welcome. MMA Weekly's live coverage. UFC 304. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. So much fun to be back here on the show where we started this during the pandemic in 2020, late in the year. And, man, doing it for 3 years. And back here tonight. UFC 304. Look at these guys. These guys are both really, you can tell they're excited out here getting after it right away. A big opportunity. Neither of them ranked. Duncan and Rodriguez coming after each other from the jump. And obviously right now, and Christian Leroy Duncan doesn't even have a wiki page. You know what I'm saying? Gregory Rodriguez from Brazil, 6'3", 75-inch reach. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. Big surprise there, right? Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Coming off a TKO over Brad Tavares. His last loss was 3 fights ago against Bruno Ferreira. Of course, going up against the Englishman Christian Leroy Duncan. Big power you can see, though, from Duncan. Circling away is Rodriguez. Smart to do that, obviously. (10-1), Christian Leroy Duncan, nicknamed CLD. He switches with the stance all the time. That's one thing that makes him really hard to fight and defend against. On a 2-fight win streak himself, his last loss was in June of 2023 to Petrosian, unanimous decision. Nice takedown, though. Rodriguez in top position, and he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so you know what he's going to be working for. Christian Leroy Duncan only attempted 2 takedowns in his UFC career. Just kind of rolling around in the middle of the octagon. What'd you say, Scott?
Duncan's on his back.
Yep. And Rodriguez with a nice takedown. And again, like, he's just going to throw some elbows, right? And he's going to just take his time. Because when you get somebody in the middle of the octagon like that, and you literally have control, and he's going to work maybe for half guard, he's going to look to penetrate, and, he's right now going to take his time. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's in great position right now. And let's see. Where are we at here? How you guys feeling in the chat about this fight right here? Middleweight. About 2 minutes left, just a little under 2 minutes left in the round. Smash that like button, by the way. Subscribe. MMA Weekly's live coverage of UFC 304. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Let's see. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Just literally rolling around in the middle of the octagon on the mat. There's nothing going on right now other than that. The position hasn't changed. Laying sideways like a clamshell, almost turtling up, is Duncan, and Rodriguez looking to penetrate the guard. Can't do it because he's got his right leg trapped, and he's just been throwing elbows, and they've been working. And now spinning around, though, is Duncan trying to get up. Got to be careful of the guillotine, though, and he gets away from that. But now he's got to be careful of giving up his back as Rodriguez circles around. Rodriguez should be maybe. Right? Circling around, Scott. And they're getting closer to the fence, but this round with 50 seconds left, he's doing enough to keep it on the ground. The ref not standing him up. 45 seconds and counting. Now spinning around, looking for the back. Still unable to get it. Great job. Tremendous job by Duncan standing up against the black belt. Nice job, Duncan. I mean, and Duncan is literally a huge prospect, right? And you know Paddy the Baddy's story. So you're looking at these guys, and tonight, the English fans really wanting them to take the next step forward, right? Flashy offense, Duncan usually, and this is exactly where Rodriguez wants him on the ground because he does not want him up swinging at him. You know, and he's been working on his wrestling, Duncan, but he's trying to get out of this. He's got the left leg of Rodriguez. 3 seconds left in the round 2, and it's going to be over. Round number 1 is done. Not the most exciting round. That was exactly the type of round that Rodriguez wanted, though. I mean, you could not have asked for a better round for him because that's the only real path to victory for him in this fight. Work the ground game for a sub. The black belt.
Well, we just have a poll put up. Who do you got, Paddy Pimblett or Bobby King Green?
There it is. Where is it? I don't see it. I got to see if this is let's see. I think it's refreshed. I don't see it in there. Edwards, okay, where we got it? Is it up in the chat, Scott? I don't see it on the eCam chat.
I don't know where it shows up on what you're looking at. I'm on the browser.
See that? You got this is like the wizard. He's behind the curtain over there. So who do you have, guys, in the chat? Paddy the Baddy or King Green? He's not Bobby Green anymore. He's just King. And you know what? If you're going to name yourself King, and I told Jakar close this, shout out to my boy Dre, a UFC fighter at lightweight. He named his son King. Happy birthday, King. 6 years old yesterday. You name your son King, you better teach him how to fight. And Bobby Green, we know how to fight. When is Edwards fighting? Nope, he's not fighting yet. 3 more fights before him, including this one. He's after this one, it'll be the 3rd fight. Second round between Duncan and Rodriguez at middleweight. They're both unranked. Christian Leroy Duncan looking to change that. He's the guy in this fight looking to take that next step forward. Make no mistake about it. I mean, he's really green, though. I'm not talking about King here. I'm talking about Duncan. King is really green because that's his last name. But Duncan's got that long frame. He's athletic. See that? I'm here all night. Try the veal. Almost to the 4-minute mark. Duncan now pushing Rodriguez up against the fence, dropping down, trying to get a single leg, throwing knees at the inner thighs. I mean, he's going to be looking for a choke. Duncan, a slight favorite at -110. Rodriguez is going to be looking for the choke. This has not been a very good fight, honestly speaking. Not much of one at all. 3:40 left and counting. Round number 2. Second of the 5 fights tonight, by the way. Got some really big ones coming up, as you guys know. Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad. That's going to be a lot of fun, man. Belal Muhammad finally getting his chance at gold. Who do you have in that fight? Who do you have in the Paddy the Baddy fight against King Green? That's our poll going right now. I'm not seeing a lot of answers up there. Let's go. You want Edwards to batter him? Star Smooth. I want Paddy to win because one of you guys have a parlay on it. Hey, we like you. Hey, Scott, give him a little something. He wants you to win. He wants you to win. Paddy by submission or TKO. Scott Jones. Okay. Got some love for Paddy the Baddy. Look at Rodriguez just throwing Duncan down. Chest to chest. When you go chest to chest with your arms around the midsection and you just throw a man down, there's something primitive and primal about that I love. Let me see. I think these fights would be more effective if the fighters were allowed to wear grippy socks. Do you like the new gloves, guys? What do you think? Leon's going to win, says Rami, by KO, first round. I know because he is the more athletic fighter. Cannot agree more there. Did you know Leon Edwards doesn't eat candy? Candy is extremely unhealthy, and he doesn't eat it. He will win. Okay. Hey, the chat room's growing. People like talking about candy. 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. In round number 2, he is Paddy the Baddy. We know Paddy, he's a savage. I don't know about all that. I think the hype train might get stopped tonight. Star says, no way. If Leon doesn't eat candy, he will lose. His blood sugar's too low. Leon also doesn't eat Little Debbie cakes. Really? Interesting. He kicks people's heads off, though. Man, this is just a filthy fight. It looked like an arm. You know those old school WWE when it was a WWF, like Special Delivery Jones and Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler, with the arm drag takedowns. Remember, you did like Bruno Sammartino with like 8 straight arm drag takedowns when no one knew any other moves in 1946. That's what these fighters are doing. Arm drag takedowns from 1946. Rodriguez, though, clearly the bigger fighter. Bigger in the back, wider. Some success on the feet for Duncan. Oh, big shot with the right hand. The right hand actually just kind of whizzed by the head, and the elbow connected a little bit. Now Duncan landed a good right. I haven't eaten Little Debbie's in a long time, man. You got me craving. They sell individual fudge rounds at the convenience store down the road from the crib. I might have to do that. By the way, we got to do something fun for UFC 306 at the Sphere. I'm not in love with that card, though, I have to say. What do you guys think of the card, UFC 306? Should everyone wear grippy socks on that one? I'd love to see Bobby Green KO Paddy. Not sure. Must be his face. You know what? There's the best comment we've gotten so far on Paddy the Baddy. It's definitely his face and his hair. You just want to, I mean, he looks like the dude from Notting Hill with like the George Washington teeth. You know what I mean? Like you just want to punch him. Nice job on the takedown. Just making it a dirty fight, and it's not one that Christian Leroy Duncan wants to be in. He does not want to be in this fight the way it's been going. That's not his style of fight against a guy like this who's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. But even so, you wear him down, you take him down again, you're wearing him down, set him up for maybe a sub in the third round. And I think that what we have here, Rodriguez bleeding.
Yeah, he's bleeding a lot.
Bleeding a lot from the forehead. Yeah, he was down on the ground taking some big punches at the end of that round. That was a good job by Christian Leroy Duncan to turn the tides. It just shows, you're patient. You keep your cool. He was on the ground. He was being held down in the middle of the octagon for a long time. Nowhere to go. They weren't standing him up, but he just kept his breathing, kept his focus, kept his calm, and he turned the tides. That's nice to see sometimes. You know what I mean? And how about Bobby Green, King Green, 37 years old? You're 37 years old, not even 40 yet, right? 3 wins in his last 4 fights. He's got a good combo, really good striking. Takedown defense is solid as a rock. It's going to be hard for Paddy to take him down. He's scary, intimidating, kind of like Rampage and Mr. T. You know what I'm saying, right?
Let me know.
Look at him. I will. There's still a commercial of a brand that we won't say. Paddy the Baddy at 25 needs to make a move, though, Scott. A big win over Bobby Green, a finish here. I mean, they want to push him. They do. He had that early arc. It's a big defining fight for him. He has a lot of potential, crossover, money, all those things. He has a good chin. He's not going to get knocked down with one shot unless it's perfectly placed. I'll tell you that. Still, by the way, playing commercials over here. Remember when you used to either buy the pay-per-view or get commercials? Now you get both, and no one cares. Anybody else want to complain about that, or just me?
Yeah, the round has started. They are in the middle, feeling each other out.
Why am I only seeing a commercial then? That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, guys.
You should see no commercials if you're paying for this.
Yeah, I'm paying for it, and I have commercials, and I'm missing the fight. Thank you, ESPN. I better be careful. I work for them. I don't want to get an email saying you're fired. Here we go. Oh, yeah. The commercials just ended with 4:20 left. Thanks, ESPN. Paid $134 for the subscription in the fight, and I got commercials.
Yeah, that's pretty damn ridiculous. They should have no commercials if this is a pay-per-view. That's fucked up.
I forgot we can swear. I also can't do that on ESPN. I like being back here on MMA Weekly. Bobby is cringe for changing his name. Sawyer, yeah, but it kind of adds to the mystique. Is he going to come out with a crown? How dope would that be? Come out with a crown with a Burger King guy. Oh, what a slam. Woo. And a big right hand, too, to boot. Wow. Good job. 3:40 left in the round. And Christian Leroy Duncan has come back strong in this fight. Made it a good fight. Under 3.5 minutes left in the round. Is Donald fighting Biden tonight? Here we go. I was wondering when that was going to happen. We did this a lot in 2020, Scott, remember? Except this year, people are shooting.
I think we know who won that.
Oh, man, people are shooting. Good Lord. We got one man going to the home, another man getting shot at. Just when you think it can't get any worse. How many left? What's the strike count? I'm trying to find it. Someone help me here. Paddy makes a very entertaining fighter. How? How is he entertaining? I'm asking. I'm not being a jerk. I'm just honestly asking because so far I haven't seen a lot of entertainment from Paddy the Baddy. I mean, his accent is entertaining.
Well, the chat room is saying Paddy 70% is going to take out Bobby Green.
70%. At least you thanked ESPN before you expressed your opinion. Haha, F you. I don't even know what that means. I mean, they are showing the fights. So we wouldn't be able to watch them without them. Third and final round. Anybody's fight. 2:20 left. Rodriguez holding on. He's been winning this fight throughout. Duncan able to get on his feet last round, but it's been boring. He's had his back now for this round, but on the feet, kind of, and he's turtled up on the ground, and he's on top of his back and arched over, and they're not standing him up. And thank God this fight's going to be over soon, Scott. That's all I'm going to say. Paddy talks shit that makes him entertaining. Lately, I will agree that he, what? Come on, Ecam. There we go. That he is a big red flag, i.e. mental health stuff. Bobby's such an underdog. Yeah, I want my fighters to be tougher than that. And I mean, look, Paddy coming out saying that his mental health is being attacked and all that. I mean, the world we live in is the world we live in, but he's a UFC fighter, man. Do we have no sacred ground left from that? Do we need our UFC fighters to be worried about their mental health? I certainly don't. The only time I want my UFC fighters to be worried about their mental health is so they don't kill anybody when they're not fighting. How about you, Scott? That's the only time I want UFC fighters worried about their mental health, just not killing anybody. The rest of the time, I think I'm okay with them being savages. Bobby Green is a wannabe gangster trying to be a blood dog DMX. Oh, man. All right. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We got some pretty cool stuff. Bobby needs to humble Paddy a little bit.
Rodriguez is winning.
They're bleeding
like a sieve.
Easy win. I think Rodriguez
blood is everywhere.
Easily. Yeah, it's going to be a 30-27 fight for him. And there is blood everywhere. It's fun because he's bleeding, but it's not fun because it's been boring. I mean, literally a cut just opened up on his head as they scrape heads against each other. I mean, that's all they're doing now is rubbing heads against each other and spreading the blood everywhere. So, I mean, it's not the best, but at least there's blood being spread everywhere. Otherwise, this fight would have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. Come on, Paddy, says James. 70-30, Scott, you said on that one? Or 73-27, what'd you say? 10 seconds left in the fight.
Right now it's at 69-31, 70-30, 70-30, over 500 votes. Let's get the vote count up to 1,000, guys.
Let's do it. You heard the man. So it's okay if they beat their wives and kids so long as they don't kill anybody? Whoa, when did I say that? I said I just don't want them worrying about their mental health. I don't want them beating anybody or shooting anybody. Jeez. I am not vicious. Paddy the Fatty. If UFC fighters had good mental health, they wouldn't be spinning, elbowing people in the forehead. I mean, you can still have great... I know a lot of UFC fighters who have tremendous mental health. Tremendous. They're very healthy. And I mean, but you have to be off a little bit. You have to be a little bit of a different type of dude or woman to want to punch people and be punched for a living. But athletes are athletes. I mean, you have to be a special type of person to be a linebacker in the NFL or a tight end, right? Or any position in the NFL, for that matter. You need Bobby, Curtis, and Leon to win. Oh, King Matthews, I like that one. Bobby, Curtis, and Leon, parlay. Let's go. Let's go. Queen Green, TKO Paddy, round 2. His name's King. Put some respect on his name. Just because you heard Scott say he doesn't like the name change. Come on. Green catches Paddy with a no-look from the waist.
It's
KO.
like the gender change.
Paddy's got a chin, Scott. I don't see a knockout here. But, I mean, look what Green's been doing lately, though. It's kind of hard with Bobby Green. This dude's been, like, you know what I mean? He's won 3 out of 4, and he's been facing some pretty good competition. I mean, let's be real. This hasn't been – and Paddy the Baddy, like, it almost feels like he's been walked right through, does it not? I don't know. Maybe I'm just hard on Paddy the Baddy because he looks like Shaggy Doo or the guy from Notting Hill with George Washington teeth. Let's see. I mean, think about it. He's 21-3. But who has he really beaten? And people thought he lost to Gordon. People thought he lost to Ferguson. Well, no one thought he lost to Ferguson. But Gordon, people thought he lost to Gordon. Here we go with the decision. Christian Leroy Duncan and Gregory Rodriguez. The decision is in. Bruce Buffer with the scorecards. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. All 3 judges score the bout. Should be 30-27 for your winner. Yep, Gregory Rodriguez. Just like I said, Scott, 30-27. Yep. That was an easy one. Easy one. He dominated him start to finish. No 10-8 rounds, but easy 10-9s. Paddy has heart. Green has flesh. Paddy by Wet Willie. Paddy needs this, and he will try to be hard. Bobby for the win. This is a big fight, guys. What are you thinking? Paddy the Baddy and Bobby Green. Let's get those votes up. Scott, where are we at? How many votes, and what's the where's the poll at now?
68% say Paddy the Baddy versus 31% Mr. Green.
And you knew, I mean, Meatball Molly lost already. You can't have both of them lose on the same night, can you? And how about that fight with Makayev and Kopp on the undercard? They were going around trying to fight each other all over Manchester all week, and you know what I mean? That was a pretty good fight. Only one judge had it 30-27. It was 29-28 on the other 2 scorecards. You know, it hasn't been, at least on the prelims, the primary prelims, no finishes. Early on there were a couple, but literally 7 decisions in a row on the undercard, Scott, and 2 decisions in a row now to start the main card. So the fans are, over there, they're dying for some finishes. And with these fights coming up, will the MMA gods, will it karmically, literally switch back around and come back the other way on that 180? And will we get some finishes from King Green, Paddy the Baddy, from Aspinall, from Curtis Blaydes, from Leon Edwards, who says he's going to knock Belal Muhammad out by the 2nd round? Will we finally get some finishes? Yeah, we had Mick Parkin with the KO earlier on the card, but that is the only knockout of the night. Sam Patterson with the submission and Modestas Bukauskas as well. So 1 KO, 2 submissions. They're sitting there in the back going, hey, we got the 50 grand. We got 3 more. We got the 50 grand. Come on. All night long, it's been working. Nobody, please. Nobody, please. Nobody. Yes. Nobody. Fight after fight after fight after fight. Nobody. No performances of the night. No knockouts. No submissions. And Modestas Bukauskas and Sam Patterson and Mick Parkin, who are sitting in the back from the early prelims trying to get their hands on 50K. And these are fighters, Scott, that could take 3 fights to make 50K, maybe more by the time they pay everybody out. So if they are able to hang on and get the 50K, this would be a huge thing for them. Going to be some good ones coming up. Let's just hope we get some bangers. Let's go. Thanks for the stream. Can't watch. I'm working, driving, and listening. Thank you, Mike Not Mining. We appreciate you. My name's Jim Grieshaber. Call me Grease. I'm really happy to be back here with you, Scott Peterson, and MMA Weekly. Was here for 3 years, and I'm back as a guest tonight in the chair. Kind of forget, man, what it's like. You don't know what it's like. I wonder what... my money is on Green. Green, no chance. Paddy got no cardio. There's a reason why Paddy is called the Baddy. The number's going up in the chat. Let's go. Hit that poll. Who's going to win? King Green or Paddy? Shaggy do the Baddy. Green had an easy dub, easy win. Goofy white boy. Okay. You're calling Paddy the Baddy a goofy white boy. He's English. Or you're calling me a goofy white boy. No one thinks I'm white. Sometimes I wonder. Let's see, Bobby Green and Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. That's going to be fun, right? I mean, 37 years old, Bobby Green, 3 out of 4 he's won. I think Paddy needs to really rise to the occasion and finish this fight. Bobby Green, King Green, a very dangerous opponent for Paddy the Baddy. And this is the thing. They see Paddy the Baddy as a golden goose. And when you know you're fighting the golden goose, they want this guy to win, especially in front of the home fans. There's a lot of money to be made. And that is a golden opportunity for a guy like Bobby Green, King Green. He lives for moments like this. He wants to take Paddy the Baddy's head off. He's right before Aspinall and Blaydes on a Leon Edwards pay-per-view in Manchester, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? It's just set up for Paddy the Baddy to get a finish. He's got to take that next step, and he's got to finish Bobby Green to do this. He's got to do it. He's got to finish him to do it. Man, how about Leon Edwards? Last time the UFC was in Manchester. Leon Edwards, think about it. And I'm not talking London. I'm talking Manchester. He fought Albert Tumenov and won by submission, rear naked choke, Leon Edwards. And now he's defending his title for the what time? Amazing, right?
Boy, these comments for Paddy and Bobby Green are hilarious.
Paddy's the GOAT. Paddy smashing loser Green. Paddy is favorite. Hooray. I got 500 on Paddy. Another 500 coming, maybe. Bro, Paddy should smoke, bro, but Bobby Knuckles is a bucket boss. He is whatever a bucket boss is. If it's a bad thing, he's not. You're going to zoom in on what? On me? Green's going to get the W. Nobody zoom in on me, please. I'm good enough looking from this space, but zoom in.
There we go.
Look at Paddy the Baddy with the shaggy doing Bobby Green, King Green with the chains, man. I wonder if they're like Jacksons from Rampage, those fake ones that Rampage wears. I always knew Rampage's chain was fake, man. There's no way like Rampage has like rapper money or NBA money. Those chains are not real. He's wearing the Jacksons. Bobby Green's probably wearing the Jacksons too. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to out you. Bobby is a beast. Paddy a goof. Okay, Melissa Gonzalez. Shout out to Melissa Gonzalez. Where's everybody from tonight? Let me know. Roll call. Something tells me Bobby might pull it off. Leon, most boring champ. Let's go, Paddy. Green's going to pull the upset. I'm from UK. What time is Paddy on? He is coming on now. Paddy, the Baddy, is walking out now. Oh, baby. They love him in England. Look at who Bobby Green's been beating, though, lately. Look at all the wigs in the crowd, Scott. Paddy, I got to get a Paddy the Baddy wig. If he knocks out a couple guys in a row, I'll put one on. I'll color my teeth brown. I'll put the wig on, and I'll look just like him. But he can talk, though. He can talk. I don't think they have dentists in England. I really don't. This is another topic for another show, and I'm hoping there's a dentist out there in the audience who can tell me why no one in England has white teeth. Sorry. I mean, it's true. It's true. Go look for pictures of English people, and none of them have good teeth anywhere. And, I mean, now people are actually going to do this, Scott. See, I might have started something here. I hope Paddy loses. He has a big mouth. Tanji from Aztec, New Mexico. Newfoundland, Canada from the Philippines. Shout out, Green Candles. Detroit, love for King Green. German time. Nicaragua in the house. Baltimore, Maryland. Bodymore. Anthony Provencio's in England. Anthony, do you have nice teeth? Tell the truth. Tyler says Green's got this even though he's... Wow, that one flew by fast. Not many dentists in America has firearm training. Not anyone who shoots at presidential candidates, that's for sure. Do I got to get in trouble? Not on Scott's show, I'm not. I can say anything I want about that. If you buy a wig and do live streams, I'll tune in every single day for the rest of my life. What if I wear some? Will you send me some grippy socks if I do, Star Smooth? Please? Anthony Nicasio, San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? Molly, get new teeth? I don't know. Scouses don't get knocked out. Temple, Texas, Alberto. Patrick Taylor, Clearwater. Queens, New York. Las Vegas, Europower, Dubai, Belton, Texas. Paddy went to decision against Ferguson. He stands no chance. I'm a 97-time karate world champion. If anyone has any questions, ask me. Okay, Gabe Davis, do they have any dentists in England? Paddy going to eat Bobby raw. My exes live in Texas. That's good, Alberto. My exes look like Texas. Absolutely. I'll send you grippy socks, and I'll even sign my... Yes, Star, I love you. My new favorite. I'm going to have to come back on MMA Weekly again, Scott, just to talk to him. Machiavelli.
Brian disagrees with you here, buddy. He's got white
California.
teeth, so...
Brian, put up a close-up and make sure it's you. Because Hugh Grant didn't even have nice teeth, and he was a huge movie star. The only one I ever did that I saw was Kate Beckinsale. And what's her name? Posh Spice.
Oh, Kate Beckinsale. Hot.
Oh, the best ever from England. The best ever. Kabul, Afghanistan. Shout out Rahula. Cambodia. Adrian. Yo, Adrian. I just watched the Backstreet Boys documentary with my lady. Probably shouldn't have said that on a worldwide stream. But that's where they arrested the guy who scammed everybody in all those groups, that little Lou Pearlman guy. They found him in Manila. Saigon. I am still in Saigon. What's up, Scott David? Low key wanted Molly to lose because her and Paddy pissed me off, but she was resilient as hell. She will. Brisbane, Australia. No Dennis in Liverpool. Thank you, Jim. See the name like Jim, Scott. He's going to tell us the truth. Sports gambling.
This.
The only thing that matters is winning. Okay.
We got Sri Lanka in the house.
Sri Lanka. Bobby being underdog right now. Yeah, where'd this line move to? I got to see. What's the live line on this, Scott? Do we know? Bobby Green versus.
Well, our chat room line is 69% for Paddy the Batty.
What is the like? People are not respecting the name change of Bobby Green. So if you actually change your name, but no one acknowledges the name change, can you actually change it? Like if no one acknowledges it, it's not really changed, is it? You can say it as many times as you want, but if no one acknowledges that you changed it,
yeah, it's kind of like jerking off.
Call me, yeah. Well, how is it like that? Call me what? You want to call
me? You're having sex with yourself if you're the only one that'll call you by the name.
Oh, see that's next level wit and humor, Scott. I forgot. I'm not used to that anymore. I gotta get used to you again. Let's see. Where's the live line? Oh boy. Here comes Paddy the Batty. He looks a little nervous. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I'm an idiot. By the way, Bobby Green, King Green, no one acknowledges the name change. Minus 120. Paddy the Batty plus 100. And we are killing it here in the chat. Where we at? 69 is a good number. That's what I set the thermostat to in every room I go to. Hotel, Airbnb, right away 69. It's for karma. It's good karma. You guys know why. 69. I'm manifesting. That's why I set the thermostat. Bend over from the UK. Not with those teeth. There's your English dentist, Mr. Poon. Brazil. Bruna, Brazil. Oh, Paddy the Batty dancing. Did he shave his head? No, he's got cornrows. Paddy the Batty's a marketing genius. He has cornrows, Scott. Have you seen a pale Englishman with brown teeth and cornrows? It's Paddy the Batty, and they love him in Manchester. They love him. Having a campfire in Newfoundland. Alice Springs knew if Bobby loses, then he's going to be called worse than his old name. Paddy with a flying knee left hook takedown. Whoa. Yeah. All right. There we go. All right, guys. Here we go. Paddy the Batty with the cornrows. I might have knocked myself off by like overmodulating because I screamed so loud. I got excited by the cornrows. He's dancing. You should be dancing. Green knocks him down. You can't give yourself your nickname. I tried to for years fight mine. It's Grease. Everyone was like, that Grease guy. And I didn't want to do it because my last name's Greasehopper and everybody made fun of me forever. And I hated it. Then now I'm just this Grease guy, and I'm okay with it, and I actually like it, so don't make fun of me. King Green, going to make Paddy bow down when I come to your town, when he's westward bound. Does anyone know how to get it? No. Max, come on, you're here with us. Who cares? You don't need to go anywhere and get it. Green will surprise the crowd. I'm watching while walking my dogs. Thanks for this. Brian Summer, what kind of dogs do you have, man? We love dogs here on the show. King going to teabag the Batty. That would be awesome. King by teabag plus 860. What do you think, Scott?
Did you hear the reason why Paddy wears cornrows for his fights and says he'll be wearing cornrows from here on out when he fights?
No, I didn't get the answer on that, or the reason, I should say.
Yeah, he said that with his moppy hair, when somebody touched him, it made it look like it was much worse of a hit than it really was, and he thought it was affecting the judges' decisions.
Yeah, that's a good reason why you couldn't beat anybody. Nice try, Lobster7799. Shout out to Anita. Yeah. No rookie here, brother. Not going to fall for that one, but nice try. Toronto, Canada, let's go, Paddy. What do you think this was at 20? I thought Drake won the beef, man. Kendrick Lamar sounds like a Urkel from Family Matters. His voice annoys me. There, I said it. I don't care. I'm not going to South Central anyway. They'd kill me. So Kendrick Lamar lost the battle with Drake. I don't care what anybody says. And if I hear They Not Like Us one more time, I'm going to lose my damn mind. There, I said it. Green wins. Leon loses. Okay. Teabag his ass. Roberto Rodriguez says Nebraska. Paddy with an anaconda or Darce choke round 2. Here comes King Green. I came to bring the pain hardcore from the brain. He looks like Method Man in the 90s, doesn't he? The Method Man from the Wu-Tang Clan. Let's see. I
This
have long hair. I went cliff diving and was drowning for like a whole minute because my hair covered my eyes. So now you're gonna go cliff diving with braids and dreadlocks? Are they dreads? No, they're cornrows. They're not dreads. They're cornrows, right?
this has to be the worst walkout song of the night. The
I
Bobby
can't hear it.
Green's
What is
coming
it?
up. Some Kendrick Lamar song, Euphoria. It just puts you to sleep.
I just don't. I just told you I don't like Kendrick Lamar. Now I really want him to get knocked out. Drake lost so hard. Drake sucks, but honestly, they both do. White guys made rap better. Ooh, Vanilla Ice. The new Eminem's dope though. Machine Gun Kelly came out with a battle rap right after a country song. Why are rappers doing country music? I hate country music. Why? Drake trash. Kendrick Lamar won. They're both trash. Go listen to No Vaseline, Ether. Those are real diss songs. I'm not on Drake's testicles. Ease up. I'm an old head and I love hip hop. And Kendrick's voice annoys me. Name one rapper that you put in an elite category who has a voice that bad. And don't tell me Eric Sermon. Drake lost. No contest, second round eye poke. Bobby Green starting it all wrong with his entrance. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. They not like us. All right, Scott, I'm going to stop now. Although that song is like the hottest song in the world right now. Bro recommended the worst songs ever. What songs would you recommend? Those are diss songs. I'm talking about diss tracks. Who shot ya?
Put in the chat. What would be your walkout song? What would be your walkout song, Jim?
Hit 'Em Up by Tupac.
Mine would be "Dead and Bloated" by Stone Temple Pilots off their first album.
Bobby Green just did that that roll into the octagon. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Bobby Green's a little taller. J. Cole, there you go, Nenad. He bowed out of this beef, but he's way better than both those guys. J. Cole's the best rapper out right now. I love J. Cole. Good answer there. Red wine. Stay close to me. They not like us. Meet the Grams. What about this? DMX for Bobby Green. See, that's what Bobby Green should be coming out to. Paddy the Batty with the double salute with the middle finger. Couple of birds in the house. Stone Cold Steve Austin had the best entrance of all time. When you heard that glass break, like that was it. Every redneck in the world, like, I mean, you could hear all the freaking Bud Lights and Miller Lights just open all over the world in one shot when he stumbled out of his trailer into the arena. Bobby Green's 37. No one wants to call him king. Wait, no, they have him on the UFC's calling him king. That's what I love about the UFC, Scott. Dana will let you be whoever you want to be, say whatever you want to say, no political correctness. You want to call yourself king, you're king. By the way, this is a pick'em fight at -110. Who you got? Where are we at in the chat, Scott? Pick'em fight, -110, both guys.
We are still sitting right around 70% for Paddy, 69% for Paddy right now. And according to my math, if it's 69% for Paddy, it must be 31 for Bobby.
Shamel says, I'm not a redneck, but Stone Cold Steve Austin, yeah, he was the shit. I miss the good old days when we would have beer belly MMA fighters like Roy Nelson and Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell was not a beer belly MMA fighter star. I love you, man. I do. And Roy Nelson was, but Chuck Liddell in his prime was not a beer belly fighter. Chuck Liddell was ripped. Rock him. There you go, Michael Park. Hold my drink. The microphone fiend. What else we got? Ice-T. Oh, my Lord. Kick him out of the chat. Sorry. Love you, but please. Paddy ground game is no joke. Bobby Green don't do so well on the ground. He's 32-15-1, Bobby Green. He's the epitome of a journeyman and a really good journeyman. But he's been, like 3 out of 4. Tony Ferguson, Grant Dawson. And look, Grant Dawson, that's a good win. Grant Dawson, a rising prospect, a really good wrestler out of ATT in Florida. That's a really good win to knock out Grant Dawson last October. And people in Dawson's camp felt like it was a fluke, but Bobby Green won that one fair and square. He should have changed his name to King after that fight. You forget he had the accidental and started, Scott. They just started the round, run number 1. And he had the win, of course, over Jim Miller, battered and beaten at UFC 300. Let's go. Got to go with Tupac. Paddy, first-degree black belt. The Rock entrance. The Rock says, Paddy likes to chalk in his teeth with peanut butter kisses. Okay, whatever that means. Nice job, Scott. King Green is a dog, Michael Chandler says. I want Michael Chandler's magic lamp. He gets all the big fights. Well, he's waiting out Connor. It's going to be worth it to wait out Connor. They might fight in bare knuckle, though. But by the time it happens, Scott, it might be in bare knuckle. Much to Dana's chagrin. It'll bother him as much as the Canelo fight the same day as the Sphere. Dana's pissed about that. Did you see that? Paddy the Batty throwing a lot of leg kicks early
the crowd's
on.
Going nuts for Paddy.
They love him. He's the star of the show. Even with Leon Edwards on the card. Don't you guys agree? What do you think? He's the star of the show. Absolutely. Look, 1743. That's the year that that's the year that everybody's teeth in England looks like. It's 1743. George Washington teeth. 350 and counting. Cavity creeps love England.
I wouldn't be making fun of people. Most of the people in here for Paddy. What are you doing making fun of people's teeth? You need to be quiet about that.
Someone will knock
mine
out.
What are you trying to do? Get people to leave the stream?
No, not at all. I'm only playing. We're having fun with them, Scott. It's in terms of endearment. They're my friends. See, I grew up in a place where if no one's making fun of you, no one cares. Like everyone's sensitive in the world. Like if no one's busting your balls, no one cares. That's how I grew up. So I love England. I love London. I love the music scene. I love the fighting scene. I love Bisping. I love Paddy the Batty. I want Paddy the Batty to put on a signature performance. Paddy by crane kick KO. Bobby Green's 37. He's never going to win a title. He's never going to become a huge star. He nicknames himself King. He's hoping for a big knockout to market the name King. Then he's going to put his Jackson chains back on. You know what I mean? So I need for Paddy the Batty, the UFC needs for Paddy the Batty, MMA Weekly needs for Paddy the Batty to keep winning. The sport needs Paddy the Batty to keep winning. And guys like him.
Paddy seems to be going after the legs most of the time. That seems to be what he's
low kicks
doing. Yeah, a lot of low kicks from Paddy.
But that's what you do. Bobby Green, when Bobby Green beats you, it's because of the powerful punches, right? And what's the best way to take away power? The best way to take away power is kicks. And Bobby Green's kicks are legit too. So you don't want to be eating too many of those. And Paddy threw another kick. So with that, Bobby Green shot on the left leg for a takedown as Paddy kicked with the right. And now Paddy is in bottom position throwing elbows toward Bobby Green, but he's got his legs locked around the neck of Bobby Green. Whoa. Yeah, that is no, he doesn't have it locked in. Wait a minute, it's locked in now. Bobby Green's
locked locking in the triangle?
I think he's got the I can't see if the triangle's in though, Scott. I can't see if the triangle's locked in. I can't tell from where they're showing it. And the closed captioning, I think Bobby's it is. The arm's in, though. The arm's in.
He's a bad
Now he's going armbar. He's going armbar. Oh, he tapped the armbar. He got the armbar. He was going triangle choke with the leg, and then Bobby Green defended that. And Paddy Pimblett, Paddy the Batty, Scott, they're going crazy.
Oh!
They're going crazy. Ooh.
Did that pop the elbow? It looked like it might have popped the elbow.
It might have
Paddy jumps out of the cage.
I think you were a little behind me there. Yeah, Paddy the Batty.
He fucked
Look at that crowd, Scott. Look at that crowd. Look at that crowd. Oh wow, Paddy Pimblett giving them a big thrill tonight. But I think you're right. I think Bobby King Green is really hurt. I think that arm might be really hurt.
Still on his back. Still not moving his arm.
Look at Paddy, though. He rehabbed the injury. Look at how ripped Paddy looks. This is a different Paddy Pimblett. I can't wait to see this interview, Scott. A resurgent Paddy. Look at him dancing, throwing his arms up. The crowd screaming, jumping.
Totally ripped. He looks
ripped. He looks better than he's ever looked.
He looks different today. This is a different Paddy the Batty.
This is a new beginning, a rebirth of Paddy the Batty. He can now call it's King Green who changed his name. But look, I mean, Green shot for the takedown, the single leg on the left leg of Pimblett when he threw a kick with his right leg. And then Paddy the Batty from bottom position locked his right leg around the neck of Bobby Green, King Green, and then got the left leg hooked on it for the triangle, had it locked in, but it was arm in. That's why I was hesitating to call it a triangle. But as they were rolling around and Bobby Green looked to get out of it with the arm in, Paddy the Batty flipped around onto his back with Bobby Green laying on his back. The legs still wrapped around his neck. The arm was straight out, Scott. And yeah, he definitely, if he did not snap the arm, he stretched those tendons and ligaments quite a bit, for sure. Without a doubt. I mean, look at this. I'm watching the replay right now. This is gnarly. This armbar is gnarly. And this is a Scott, this is a savage version. He's ripped. He's mean.
Shit tore. They showed it in slow motion, and you could just see that shit was tearing.
Shit was tearing.
I don't know if
Paddy
it
will be
broke,
fighting
but
for
shit
Biden in a
was
couple
tearing.
years. Paddy has always been a great fighter. No surprise. Paddy will be fighting for belt in a couple years. Bandwagon fan, LOL. Respect to Bobby Green, though. Bro, where's that guy saying he would bet his house on Green? Who said that? Come on back. I told you Paddy was winning. Alberto, props to you. Shout out Alberto Lopez. Cullum Joe, I said Paddy would get a sub. LOL, told y'all. W, Paddy the Batty. What are you guys thinking in the chat? Yeah, where is Paddy the Fatty? Exactly. Paddy the Fatty is dead and gone. T.I., baby. The old me is dead and gone. Dead and gone. His mental health is good tonight, Scott. We don't have to worry about Paddy the Batty's mental health after that performance. 3:22 of the first round. Technical submission due to a triangle. Oh, wait a minute. Scott. Guess what, Scott? I stand corrected. We all stand corrected. The official winner by submission, the official form of victory is a triangle choke. We all thought it was the armbar. It's a triangle choke. The official.
That looked like an armbar to me.
Me too. But they gave him the choke first. It's both. Imagine that. The new version of Paddy the Batty had
no
two
choke.
submissions at once.
He was not tapping because he couldn't breathe. He was tapping because his arm was getting broke.
They called it a choke. They called it the choke. King just got assassin. That's a bad joke, Josh.
I stand corrected. I guess he was going out.
Dana rubbing his hands like Birdman. And imagine if he's going out and his arm's like snapped in half. Look at his arm just laying there limp on the canvas after. I've been in that position where I've had my arm stretched like that, unfortunately. And that for like 4 days, man, you feel like your arm is not going to tighten up ever again.
Yeah, that was a choke. He was passed out. So that's pretty crazy. He was passed out. That's why he was not tapping.
I wonder if they're going to change that, Scott. They might change that.
No, it was by a choke because he passed out and then he fucked his arm up. So that's pretty crazy because he couldn't tap because he was unconscious.
Dang, you got both, man. What a fight, though, for Paddy Pimblett. When the reemergence, right? Paddy's biggest win by far. Style points. I mean, this is the win. This is the fight, Scott. And everybody in the chat, hit me up. Let me know what you're thinking. This is the fight that we needed to see from Paddy the Batty. This is the fight that the UFC powers that be have been salivating for with this kid because of what he's doing right now on the mic, because of what the fans are doing and how they're responding to him, how Paddy Pimblett has gone and done exactly what he needed to do to rocket himself into the stratosphere of stardom. He made 7 figures for sure. Regardless of what he made to fight tonight, he definitely made at least 7 figures, probably 3 or 4 times over with that performance in terms of his Q rating, his marketability, his endorsements. I mean, unbelievable, man. And now he's talking about a kid who lost his life to cancer and dedicating the fight to a kid who lost his life to cancer. And now he's dancing in the middle of the octagon, acting like he's getting laid and smacking someone in the ass. So he can do it all. I mean, only Paddy the Batty could talk about a kid who died from cancer and act like he's smacking someone's ass from behind in an orgy within like 1 second of one another and get away with it. Unbelievable. Paddy the Batty.
Paddy the Batty just dedicated the fight to a guy named 7-year-old kid named Chad Jones that died of cancer.
The kid who had cancer, and that's what we were just talking about. The kid died of, and so he's already a huge superstar. And where is Paddy the Fatty, Scott? He's ripped. He really, something happened with him. What happened with him? Like, you see at times athletes have a light go off and they're never the same again. And I think we've seen that here with Paddy. You talked about that when you saw him, Scott. You were like, damn, look at him. He's ripped.
Yeah, it looks totally different. Totally different.
He literally made himself $50K right now. There's no doubt about that. Like, he made himself $50K extra, but that's going to be chump change to compare to what else he made himself, because there hadn't been a finish. That's the first finish. It's the 3rd submission of the night, but it was the 4th fight on the early prelims was the last finish. It was a submission. Light heavyweight, Modestas Bukauskas over Marcin Prachnio. Welterweight, Sam Patterson submitted Kiefer Crosby. That's both arm triangle chokes. And then Mick Parkin knocked out Lukas Breski. But man, we haven't had any finishes on the main prelims, and then on the main card, the first 2 fights were decisions. Arnold Allen and Gregory Rodriguez with the wins. Now you got Paddy the Baddy. He is not the fatty anymore. He's the Baddy. You put some respect on his name, and you might need to leave the T off and just put some respect on his name with that performance. A big-time finish over a very good fighter in King Green, and you're not going to be called king if you're losing like that. But you know what, Scott? We got a couple of really big fights coming up. What do you guys think of the co-main event? Aspinall and, wow, Curtis Blaydes, the rematch, right? Is Aspinall going to hurt his knee again? Probably not. Is there going to be an injury? Probably not. This is a big-time fight, right? A big-time fight with so much on the line. And obviously you got the interim champion in Aspinall and Blaydes, and then you got Edwards and Muhammad, and that's a big-time fight. The heavyweights and the welterweights coming up in just a minute. And Paddy the Baddy finished that fight so quickly, they're just using fill content right now. UFC's first time in Manchester, England in 8 years. Leon Edwards, of course, dominating Colby Covington. Unanimous decision in December of 2023. Hasn't fought in a while. Beat Usman, easy win over that.
Our chat room is pretty smart. It called that fight, but 70% called it for Paddy. So we have a new poll up. Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes. So get your votes in there. Let's see if we can get more than 3,000 people voting on this.
Let's do it. More than 3,000 people. You heard it. You heard it. There's a challenge from Scott Peterson right there. First round knockout for Curtis Blaydes. I like Blaydes in this fight. I like Blaydes. I don't know what it is. I like Blaydes. I really like Blaydes. That doesn't mean that he's going to win, but I've been pretty good. I've been good on these fights so far tonight. I picked Arnold Allen. Rodriguez was an easy pick. You know what, though? I can't say I picked Paddy the Baddy. I would have picked Bobby Green. I would have, Scott. No lying here after the fact from me. That's not my way. Let's see. Aspinall and Blaydes, man. The loss to Blaydes is the only one for Aspinall. You guys know that, right? And it happened at home. His knee gave out, and he lost that fight early in the first round. TKO injury, retirement. And, I mean, that's the only blemish on his record. Who knows how long he's going to wait or if he's ever going to get the Jones fight. I mean, right now, that is not – it's like, who has a better chance? Does Chandler have a better chance to get the McGregor fight? Or does Aspinall have a better chance to get the Jones fight? There's a question for the chat. What fight are we going to see first? Aspinall versus Jones or Chandler versus McGregor? How about them apples? All right. Anyway, badly injured his knee, came back. I thought Pavlovich was going to smoke Aspinall. But that right hand of Aspinall, I mean, he did the opposite. He smoked Pavlovich. And you remember that dude was killing everybody. And it makes me wish I could watch Aspinall fight Ngannou. But Ngannou rides the bus in the minor leagues these days.
Star has a question for you. It's up on the screen.
Where's Star? Are you and Scott always on this show, or do you have your own channels? I want to subscribe, LOL. This is Scott's channel. And yes, he's always on the show. Scott started this channel over 20 years ago. It's one of the longest running channels in MMA. 20 plus years, MMA Weekly, YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already. Smash that like button.
We did just start a podcast a week ago. We had our first podcast with Sean Merriman, MMA promoter, NFL linebacker. So if you guys check that out. And Jim's been in the business for a long time and has been doing a lot of stuff on ESPN lately. Where can they catch you, Jim?
I'll be on ESPN Radio 8 times next month on ESPN Game Day on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. They promoted me, and they got Booker T. We got Booker T on the UFC side, so I'll be doing some of that as well. But I don't know. This is fun. I kind of miss this. I'll be honest with you. There's no feeling like being on live during an event. And if you're not calling the fights, you can be chilling and just sitting here like I am tonight, enjoying it. Jimbo Reed said, Tom gets hit with one of Blaydes' good knockers. He's cooked. Tom wins first round KO. Aspinall's a truck, man. He has a chin. Curtis Blaydes not going to knock him out early. Aspinall will have Curtis Blaydes jiggling around that ring like rice pudding. Jones doesn't want Aspinall. I mean, would you? I mean, Jones wants to fight Stipe for like $10 million and then get the hell out of here. and he wants that loss to Hamill overturned. And Hamill's trying to fight him now. I'd love to see Jones fight Hamill again and not have to go to jail after the fight. McGregor still has PTSD. Kurt is hungry. Blaydes about to end the hype for Aspinall. I really do. I like Blaydes a lot, man. I've always liked Curtis Blaydes. He walked into that punch against Curtis Blaydes walked into the punch against Derek Lewis. Again, and Lewis has been really on a downslide lately, but that was a while back. We did that fight live. That was February 20th of 2021, and when Blaydes was winning that fight early and went for a takedown, ill-advised takedown early in round number 2, and got caught with like a shovel uppercut on the way down. And then, after that, he had wins 3 in a row over Rosenstrike, over Dawkins, over Aspinall, but that was the TKO with the knee injury. And then Pavlovich smoked him in the first round, and then he won and beat Jailton Almeida, knocked him out with punches in March of this year. So that's Blaydes. And Aspinall, again, the only blemish, the only downs and negative on his record at all at 14-3, but the only UFC blemish. I mean, you're looking way back for his losses as he was coming up in the world. In Birmingham, England, had a couple of losses, actually, in Bama. But, since he came into the UFC with a fight against Jake Collier in July of 2020, I mean, he passed the obligatories, right? The Andrei Arlovsky gatekeeper fight, beat him by submission, rear naked choke. Spivak, Volkov, right? Submitted Alexander Volkov, who's like a pterodactyl, tough to fight in there. Curtis Blaydes with the injury, he lost that, but then he comes back to back, TKO and KO over Tybura and Pavlovich. I thought Pavlovich was an elite heavyweight. I'm not sure if he is now after that, or if it's Aspinall is that great. We don't know. But we're going to find out a lot more about him tonight against Curtis Razor Blaydes. That's for sure. He can wrestle. He can box. This is going to be a fun fight. A very fun fight. Where's the odds on this one? I got to find the odds on this fight.
We got a poll update. Tom Aspinall, 79%. The chat has. Oh, 80%. 80-20.
People love Aspinall, Scott. They love Aspinall. But you can't be sleeping on Curtis Blaydes. You cannot be sleeping on Razor Blaydes. But you think they love Paddy the Baddy. Wait till Aspinall walks out and Leon Edwards. Let me see here real quick.
Curtis Blaydes is making his walkout right now.
What's the live line? Here we go. Thank you, Scott. I'm looking for the live line right now on this fight. Let's see, where are we at? Trying to get the up-to-date odds right this moment.
His walkout song is better than Bobby King Green's.
What's his walkout song?
I don't know. I can't tell.
I can't hear it. But Aspinall is minus 370 on the money line. Aspinall by KO TKO. Here's where you get your money, guys. Are you ready? Are you listening? Are you paying attention? As Curtis Blaydes' eyes roll back into his head, you can thank me for this. Aspinall by KO TKO is minus 160. That's probably my lock of the night, is Aspinall by KO TKO in this fight. He's
what round?
13-3 in his last 16 fights, Blaydes. I think first, maybe second, early second. Because Aspinall's another level with that right hand. He's quick. Look what he did against Pavlovich. You know what I mean? And Blaydes, when he's fought big power punchers with that right hand, and Ngannou, Derek Lewis, and Pavlovich, what happened? He went to sleep. I don't see any difference here. Do you guys see it in the chat? I mean, Aspinall's a better boxer than all those guys. I mean, he beat Pavlovich in a firefight. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a better, and I mean, it's hard for me to say he's a better boxer than Ngannou. That arena is going to be mad AF when both Tom and Leon loses tonight.
So Jake says he's got the Mortal Kombat theme for his walkout.
Eminem best diss song bully. John Jones on steroids. Blaydes humps him to death. Aspinall KO. Come on, boys, girls. Let's see. Where are we at, Scott, on the poll?
We are still sitting at 80-20 for Tom Aspinall. We're sitting at 800 votes. We got to get a couple more thousand. Let's get this going. Oh, and you got your first super chat.
Oh boy, thank you. Where's that from? I want to make sure
Here
I
we
throw it
go.
out there.
Hightower.
Oh, $10. Thank you, Hightower. You guys must be smoking crack rocks if you think John is dodging Aspinall. The John hate is clouding your better judgment. Did I say anything? I don't hate John. I love John Jones. I have a lot. I mean, I don't love him as a human being. I don't know him that well personally. I don't judge him by anything else, but I know as a fighter, man, I love John Jones. And if you don't, you got something wrong with you. Blaydes knocking him out third round. I need this to be a 6-minute match. Someone has the over. Don't go for the knockout. Blaydes by ground and pound. Thanks again for the super chat. Blaydes renaming Tom. And if you don't know what that is, you can check it out. You can send us money if you appreciate the programming. That helps us keep these shows coming your way. Keep MMA Weekly going strong. I mean, all those things. It's good for the cause. If this is Tom versus Blaydes, then you know Leon versus Belal hasn't happened yet, right? Okay.
So, by the walkout song, I got to go with Curtis Blaydes on the Mortal Kombat theme because Aspinall's coming out to Oasis.
Oh, they're so annoying. Aren't they?
They just changed. I'm not sure what he's playing now, but he's almost to the ring. It's not Oasis now.
I mean, he can play whatever he wants. He's 7-1 with 6 finishes in the UFC. I mean, that's a pretty good start for Aspinall, and the only one was the injury in the fight against Blaydes. And why did my freaking feed freeze again? ESPN's having a tough night. But Blaydes got knocked out by Pavlovich in the opening round. He got outstruck 36-13 in that fight, guys. 36-13. I'll say it again. 36-13, if you know what I'm saying. Uh-oh, ESPN. Everything just completely froze. Okay. Sorry, guys. Real quick, bear with me. Uh-oh. All right, give it a second there. I can't tell you what time it is, Scott, if they start. I know they're in the intro still. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, not quite starting yet. Pulling it back up. Interesting, too. Edwards has a height advantage on Belal. He's a better striker, obviously. Bilal's tough, though. He's got a chin. You're not going to put him down, I don't think. Tom Aspinall going to do a crazy head kick. Oh, please zoom into it more. He's talking about the octagon on the screen. What do you guys think of this co-main event, Aspinall or Blaydes? Aspinall, is he a real champion? How long do you think he's going to have a belt? Do you think he could beat John Jones? What do you guys think? Let's get it going in the chat. It's the Sauce. Got 1,000 on Aspinall. Let's go. 200 on a 6-minute match here and over 68.5 significant strikes with Belal. Okay. Man, that's a real fan. You're going in depth on that. I like it. 750 on Tom. What do you guys got? Where are you from? Who do you got? It's co-main event time. Let's go. MMA Weekly. Live coverage. UFC 304. Jim Greasehober, call me Grease. Scott Peterson, you got MMA Weekly. Largest independently owned MMA website in the world. We're shooting all the horses before the horn goes off. No one's racing.
We got to eat somehow.
Loss, King. We got to eat somehow. They eat horses in England, don't they?
I don't know, but we eat them here. We feed them to our dogs.
Chipotle was serving them for a while. Tom wins. Blaydes tears ALC in opening round. Ohio and Blaydes for 100. Okay, Jimbo. I see you. Virginia, Tom and Leon, both by KO. North Carolina got Tom. Australia, says Sean. Ravelli and Air Force. Can't believe people thinks that the background is the real fights. LOL. That's 304 Ghost. ALC, it's ACL. I don't know about ALC. Let's be honest, this channel is better than ESPN just because of Scott's soundboard effects. Shout out to Scott. Shoot him, Scott. Give him a 4 AR-15 salute. Damn, could I be more shiny? Someone get me a towel. Lord. Just buff it out like waxing a car. Here. Look at it. Brand new, Scott. You see that? Just buffed out the forehead. ESPN's
Shiny
killing
and
me.
new.
Come on, guys. Load this. I don't know what is going on here. This thing will not load. There it goes. Come on. They're Blaydes being introed right now. Aspinall looks a little bit nervous. Right now, Scott, go. They just touched gloves. Leon via left eye poke, says Machiavelli from Compton. Illuminati through your whole body. Blow like a 12-gauge shotty. Tom and Curtis together couldn't beat John. That might be, you know what? I might take that bet for John. I might. You might be onto something there. The next phase of MMA. Oh, Aspinall barely missed with a combo. Throwing heat. Remember, Blaydes got outstruck 36-13 by Pavlovich. He got smoked by Lewis and by Ngannou, what, twice? Maybe 3 times. I don't know. The gold gloves are tripping me out, by the way. I like them. I definitely do. They make the fists look bigger, the way that they're cut and the way that they're for takedowns, too. Just getting started. Oh, man, this fight's not going to last long. These guys are throwing with violence, Scott. Oh, left hand from Aspinall already knocked him down. I told you. Lock of the fight. Lock of the fight. Lock of the night. Boom. Goodbye, Curtis Blaydes. Lock of the night. I told you. I told you. When Curtis Blaydes' eyes are rolled back in his head, you'll be thanking me, and I hope you got that bet in because it didn't last long at all. Curtis Blaydes just got pounded out like he does against every gay boxer. Wow.
I won! I will eat food! I won!
I mean, come on.
I won't be eating dog tonight.
Wow.
I won't be eating dog.
No, there won't be any dogs for anyone, or horse for that matter. Wow, look at that. Aspinall just showing what a level he's on. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible. I need an official time on that. I need official time on that right now. Where are we at with this? Come on, let's go. Where are we? John Jones is watching. I want to see John Jones tweet. You know they're going to show it. Where's it at? Give me John Jones tweet. Please, Lord. I need John Jones tweet. What are you guys thinking? Lock of the night. Thank you, Tom. There you go. If Tom's so good this should be over really fast, Jones would beat him really fast. It was really fast. I mean, just knees and the right hand, man. Aspinall was going backwards and hit him with a right. Kind of like Stipe hit Verdum to win the belt, if you remember. And if you don't, look it up. And then just from behind on the back with Blaydes turtled up, just bang, 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 bang. Aspinall is a beast. You're right about that. Man, what a win. Blaydes didn't like the stoppage. Dude, you get pounded out by everyone who can box. Doesn't matter if you like the stoppage. It was only going to get worse. That's why it was the lock of the night. John Juice Jones is scared. No, he's not. No, he's Tom best ever after GSP. Oh, Lord. Where is John Jones? He's rehabbing the torn pec. He's getting back into camp right now for the Stipe fight. We want to see that fight. Even Mayweather and Pacquiao, it was so late. Obviously, we wanted to see John and Stipe 3. Scott, when we were doing these shows with Jeff Kane over 3.5 years ago, we were talking about Stipe and Jones, and it's still better late than never. I don't want to see him fight Aspinall. I still want to see him fight Stipe. That's history. That's legacy. It trumps this. Can I say trumps anymore? A call to stop to this contest at 1 minute of the very first round and putting a fake belt on a fake champion, but it's okay. He's great. Winner by, did they call it TKO? Knockout. They called it knockout. Jones will kill Aspinall. I'm with that. Jones fighting a fighter that is on his way out isn't that good. Why not? He's a legend. Stipe. Aspinall now the GOAT. I like Tom, but he will make a fatal mistake against Jones. Blaydes should demand a rematch. That's the best thing in the chat all night. Blaydes should demand a rematch. I love it. I love it. I love it. So funny. So funny. Leon Edwards, man. Don't look now, but Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad are coming up right now. Well, maybe not right now. They might have to fill for a while because these last two fights have ended. So now, I mean, look, we got two $50,000 finishes right there in a row by Paddy the Baddy and Aspinall. Crowd's going crazy in England. If Leon Edwards gives you the trifecta, oh, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're excited for that. Let's see. Live odds for this next title fight. That right hand from Aspinall. He was going backwards. Perfect placement. Dynamite in that hand. Beautiful, 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 man. Oh. Scott, can you hear me?
Yes, I got you.
Oh, you've been quiet, so I didn't know if I was talking to myself over here. Tom isn't doing that to Jones at all. No chance.
You know what? I have to agree with Tom. He's the best finisher in the game. I mean,
wait, Scott, where is it? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We got to put this up on the screen. K period O period S period H Ayrshire. Blaydes should call himself not so sharp. Get it? Blaydes, not so sharp. That's funny. I think it's funny. He's in the, yeah, there it is. I've never seen Blaydes win. That's what I'm talking about, Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if he's a true player. He missed. Leon Eye Pokey Edwards. Okay. Tom Aspinall trying to take that mic from DC. What do you think if Aspinall fought DC? That head looking like a target for Aspinall. DC just wants someone to kill Jones. Like he hopes anyone who comes along will kill John Jones. Dan Radley, Tom got that killer finishing instinct. He sure does. He sure does. Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad. Edwards minus 260 last I saw it. Belal plus 210. We got the main event coming up. Get out of the octagon. Stop taking pictures. We're ready for the main event. MMA Weekly live coverage, UFC 304. The chat's flying right now. Edwards, Muhammad. Oh, man, this main event. Belal Muhammad, we look, all those times he's been crying about this shot.
Well, I'm inspired.
Finally going to get it.
I'm inspired. Jim, Tom from the octagon with the belt around his waist said, I'm just a normal guy like you guys. I'm from the same area of you guys, just like you guys. And sometimes normal people can do extraordinary things. Just go for it, guys. So I'm gonna go for it, Jim. I'm gonna go for it.
And do what?
I'm gonna go for at least 2 bowel movements a day. I know I can do it. I'm gonna go for it.
At least 2?
2. I don't want to go for too much. You know.
Yeah, I think 2.
I'm gonna go for it.
You don't want to get greedy.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a winner. I'm gonna be a winner.
I mean, I like how Aspinall says he's an average guy. He's just an average guy, right? An average guy, Scott. Tom Aspinall. I mean, you think about that, right? Tom Aspinall
doing extraordinary things.
You want to hear how average he is? I mean, he's interim. I'll give him that. You want to hear how average he is? Are you ready to hear how average Tom Aspinall is?
How average is this man?
Okay, so we're going to hear how average Tom Aspinall is. And now, the thing about Tom Aspinall being so average.
Oh, Katie Poop says I should go for 4. That would be superhuman.
He's 6 feet 5 inches, 255 pounds of average. The average person is not that big and that tall. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing average about you, Tom.
Petrol hands.
Be the everyman.
Did you hear?
Here.
Do you know about the petrol hands?
What about it?
Aspinall said that he's soaked because these new gloves he feels like doesn't give enough padding, so he soaked his hands in gasoline, and it hardens his knuckles.
Hardens the knuckles. I didn't know that it does that. It says that it degreases the skin, which causes irritation and dermatitis. I looked it up. 2nd-degree skin burns can occur, though, if he does it too much.
Matt Sanders is 3 bowel movements a day normal? No, that we're talking about being a winner, being superhuman. So I'm going for, I think 2's beyond normal.
Superhuman? 2 superhuman? No. 2's not superhuman, is it? I mean, it depends how old you are too. Like my kids, they take 2 before breakfast. So,
Fantastic 19 bowel movements, man. Maybe for the family.
What do you guys think of the Sphere card? O'Malley, Davalishvili, Grasso, Shevchenko, Ortega, Lopez, Zellhuber, Ribovics, and Rodriguez, Odi Osborne. I don't like the Sphere card, man. I'm a little underwhelmed. I'm very underwhelmed. They're putting $20 million in production, and this is the card. First of all, the card has 7,000 names. What is it? Riyadh season UFC Noche at the Sphere. Like, it's like they backed themselves into a corner with sponsors and Mexican Independence Day. And when have you ever seen a UFC fight card that has 47 names? I mean, this is just weird for their one time at the Sphere, and then we get this card. I don't know. Maybe I'm just spoiled after 300 and 303, but that's the Sphere card. I think they could do better. That stoppage was too early. What did you want to see, David Young? Blaydes wasn't hurt, early stoppage. Okay. I feel bad for the people that need to shit every day, MC. Fast, keep fasting. Dude wanted Dana's 72-hour fast. Belal, come on, you can do this. Submit him, please. Remember the first time they fought? We were on live for that one too, Scott. Get out of here, Aspinall, and get out of here, Curtis Blaydes. Blaydes he's done, by the way. Blaydes is done. Done as a contender. Was he ever a contender? Here lies the contendership of Curtis Blaydes. They didn't want Blaydes to win, only Aspinall. Okay, yeah, but he did win. Stoppage wasn't too early, right? 100 on Edwards, here you go. The first time they fought, it was, this was a while back. I want to say it was during the pandemic. So, yeah, it was March 13th of 2021. It was in the Apex. It was an eye poke, right? Edwards 22-3 with a no contest. Belal 22-3 with a no contest, and the 23-3, and the no contest was against each other. Usman's in between them in the rankings, but obviously Leon's beaten him twice. We're getting close, Scott. Belal Muhammad's finally going to make the walk he's been whining about forever. I mean, I say that with respect, but he has been whining for it. Some guys like Cejudo with the cringe, Belal with the whining. Like when they start trying to trash talk, it just comes off as awkward and weird. And even looking at him on screen, it's just weird. But I have a lot of respect for him. He's a G. He's fought during Ramadan. He's one of the toughest fighters in the UFC. Wins over after the no contest against Edwards. And before it, he beat Millander and Sato and Good and Lima. Right levels. Not big level there. But then the no contest against Leon. After that, Damian Maia. After that, Stephen Thompson in the final fight of 2021. Remember that one. After that, Vicente Luque. He beat him. After that, Sean Brady, a vicious assault and a TKO win for Belal Muhammad. And then he won a unanimous decision. I did not think he was going to win against Gilbert Burns. Now, you remember the first time these guys fought. Leon nailed him with a couple of big head kicks. He was winning the fight. The range, the length of Leon Edwards hitting him with that left hand. Belal Muhammad had no answers for it. I don't know what he thinks he's going to change in this fight. The length and the range of Leon Edwards on the feet, man. And anybody who thinks Leon Edwards can't wrestle, anybody who thinks Leon Edwards can't grapple, you're wrong. First of all, he can grapple, but he's got great defensive wrestling, and he's very long and very strong. That's a great combination. Freakishly athletic. You're not just going to go in there and take this dude down, and that's what Belal Muhammad's going to want to do. He's tough. He's good on the feet as well. Belal was whining in the last fight about, I don't like the whining, and nobody likes the whining. Nobody likes the whining, Belal Muhammad.
It was a little cringy, I thought.
I think it's a lot cringy. I've always thought he's cringy. Yeah, I've always thought he's cringy, and he's one of the cringiest fighters in the world, in the UFC. I just, it's just how I feel. What are the live odds on this fight right now? Live odds on Edwards minus 260. Muhammad plus 220. Aspinall was minus 370, minus 160 to win by TKO. But I need to find more odds on this fight. Where am I going to find more odds? I can go. I know where I'm going to go. All right. What do you guys think? Who are you taking? How? When? I mean, they're going to delay this as long as they can on the walkouts because we're only an hour and a half or 2.5 hours.
What do you think about this? What Mark said, and also Paddy, the baddie, was commenting on this. Screwed the UK over with the time. What a joke.
Well, it's what, 8 hours ahead?
This
Maybe
won't
more?
finish until about 8 hours ahead, so it won't finish until probably close to 6. No, yeah,
AM, but
6 a.m.
it's just like going to the clubs, man. Why not? Biggest crowd reaction is Paddy, without a doubt. I got 5,000 on Edwards. Hopefully, I get that money. Good luck. No disrespect to Muhammad, but he has decisively beaten any name opponent. Has he decisively beaten a name opponent? The bully, Belal Muhammad. Remember the name. Gilbert Burns is a pretty damn good opponent. Former title contender, Luque, Wonder Boy, Sean Brady. Depends how you consider those guys or where you place them in the hierarchy. I mean, obviously, Leon Edwards at 32 is in his prime right now. I want to see him fight Hamzat next. Who would he fight next? Who do you guys want to see him fight next? Beat Colby, beat Kamaru twice. Now Belal. Remember the name. Didn't want to be the bully anymore. It's 2024. You can't be that. Usman, you're not going to give him another shot after this. Shavkat Rakhmonov. I mean, who's there? Nobody. Does he go up and fight at middleweight? He's big enough to do it. Does he go up and fight at middleweight after this if he wins? Because you got Dricus and Izzy. If Izzy beats Dricus and it's close, then Dricus will get the rematch. Strickland's waiting in the wings and feels like he's deserved. I don't think Leon will be moving up for a while. Middleweight's a little stacked in there. Islam talking about moving up. What do you guys think if Islam Makhachev came up and fought Leon Edwards? Who would win that fight? And who's going to win this one? Let's get this chat going. GSP comes out of retirement. If he did that and won the belt and just, oh my God, that'd be so dope. And then he gave the interview after that, just, would you go back and win my team for me? I was in Manchester for 204, and they did exactly the same thing. Held the show at 3 a.m. local time. Whoa, that one went way fast. Jones was beating people his age as well. Yeah, Jones cleaned out 3 generations at light heavyweight. The legends, Machida, Rampage, Rashad, and all them dudes. Shogun, who he won the belt from. His people his age, Gustafson, Glover, DC, of course, a couple times. And then, the Santos and Dominic Reyes, that younger generation, Anthony Smith, and now the heavyweight. Yeah, the worst experience at UFC event I've ever had. People either coked up all night or fast asleep. Well, you got 2 choices. Brock Lesnar versus John Jones at UFC 400. I don't like Islam Makhachev, but he is the man. I got 20,000 on Edwards at minus 260. Hopefully Leon doesn't get his leg dry humped for 5 rounds. Belal by submission by round 3. There you go, boxer. What else we got here in the chat? Are they really fighting at 6 a.m. local time? Yeah, they are. There we go. Go. Dun, 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 dun. I can't believe I just did that out loud.
Yeah,
Islam would maul Leon.
Paddy made a good comment saying that, when fighters travel and go across the world, they talk about jet lag and being off time and everything. And he says, you come to my town, and when I'm playing in my hometown, I'm at the disadvantage, and you guys coming from America are still on your normal time zone.
Yep. Belal Muhammad sounds like the noises you make when you're sick and you throw up and shit liquid, one right after the other. Okay. Nick McMillan doesn't like Belal Muhammad. Best in the world is Islam. Belal, let's go. Habib and Islam's trainers came to support. Leon's time is up. Hedda versus Paddy. I got it on Belal. UK fans are crazy. Numbers going up. Let's go, guys. Let's push it. Ooh, what happened here? Huh. There we go. Watching from Leon's hometown, Wolverhampton, England. Second round head kick. Come on, Leon. Hey, was that video real on TikTok, by the way, with Leon Edwards? You guys know what I'm talking about? Look it up right now on your phones if you can.
With the basketball, he kicks the basketball and it goes in the hoop.
Yeah, was that real?
I think it was real. There was two different angles. There's two different angles out there on that.
I saw the two different angles, right? But it's like Beckham on the beach with the soccer balls.
Unbelievable.
If you guys haven't seen it, he kicked it like full court. They threw him the basketball, and he, instead of catching it and shooting it, he kicked it full court, longer than full court, and it went in. And they had two angles of it, like Scott said. Dana did Manchester a little dirty. Haha. Do they do that in Saudi? Dana's in Manchester. You see what a G Dana is? He was on the yacht in Sardinia, ran into A-Rod in Italy. He gets on the helicopter, goes to Milwaukee overnight from Italy, from Sardinia, comes back to the yacht on the helicopter, all during the middle of a 72-hour fast, and then goes to Manchester for UFC 304. I think Dana's okay. I think he's doing all right with his 10x health with Gary Brecka, with his cold plunges and his 72-hour fastest. His 72-hour fast. It drives me crazy when people do that, Scott. How do you say texts? It's text. How many people do you know who say textuses? It's not textuses. You're not from textuses. You don't have any. It's texts. Right? Leon Edwards from Kingston, Jamaica. The UK. One of 5 Jamaican-born fighters in UFC history, and he's headlining in the UK. How about that? What a moment. On a card with Paddy the Baddy, Meatball Molly, and Tom Aspinall. Think about it. Paddy the Baddy rocks the house and steals the show. Aspinall's a champion in his home country. And Leon Edwards is the headliner. Man, you got to be happy. I've known Leon Edwards a long time. He's a good dude. And, you know, Muhammad is too. He whined a lot. You get upset about it. But when you look at this fight, man, you really have to. Edwards minus 260, Muhammad plus 210. You have to go back to the first fight. And you have to look at the way that Leon Edwards was landing on Belal Muhammad. With the length that gave him problems, he's got the height advantage, but more than that, he's got the reach advantage with, obviously, with his arms and his fists and all those. The elbows are sharp, but he's got the reach advantage with the legs, too. He can kick them from halfway across the octagon. It's going to be hard for Belal Muhammad to close any kind of distance, but it's going to be hard for Belal Muhammad to get out of the way of the offensive assault of Leon Edwards, Scott. If Aspinall was my lock of the night, Leon Edwards is right behind. Belal Muhammad's not leaving here with any gold whatsoever. I mean, this is not fool's gold is what he's leaving with. And gold gloves, possibly, if he keeps the gloves. But, I mean, it's just Leon Edwards' time. I think it could be a close fight, though. I don't necessarily think – I'm not as convinced this is going to be a finish as I was the Aspinall fight. And I think it's because Belal Muhammad can take a beating, and he's got an incredible chin and a heart and a desire and a will to win that's virtually unmatched. So I'm not dissing Belal as much as I really like Leon Edwards. Close fight, though, but I like Leon. I do. And I do think he's going to finish it. He's the better fighter. He's longer. He's stronger. Belal's not taking him down. Significant striking-wise, Edwards has the advantage. Kicks, punches. If it's a Muay Thai fight, he's better. If it's a kickboxing match, he's better. If it's a boxing match, he's better. If it's grappling and Belal's trying takedowns all night, I like Leon's chances of defending and landing something in those exchanges. I mean, I just do. I don't see Belal Muhammad's path to victory in this fight. I just don't. And they're saying Edwards is only a 2-inch reach, but it's longer than that. It's definitely longer than that. He's got a 3-inch height advantage. He's well prepared for Belal, too. Leon's one of the smartest guys in the UFC. He's a pragmatic fighter. Usman's a better wrestler than Belal. He's better on the feet than Belal. He's more powerful than Belal. Tell me where Belal Muhammad is better than Kamaru Usman, who just got dominated. Tell me where he's better than Colby Covington. I mean, he's not. He's not going to win this fight. Not going to happen. I'd love to throw some side bets down, Scott, against some of the people in the chat right here. Can't do it, Captain. Can't do it. Yeah, Leon Edwards. I think it's going to have to be Islam coming up because he's not going up to 185 anytime soon. Although I'd really like to see that. And look, I'm not dissing. I like Belal Muhammad. I just don't think he's going to win. I don't think he has a shot, really. Not much of one. But that's why they fight. Paddy is overhyped and annoying. That's coming from a Brit. Tom is next gen. Tom is incredible. Tom is incredible. Stop yapping, says the Russian prince. This is kind of like what the show is for. It's a fight companion. I'm the companion. See how that goes? Vladimir Putin. That was a comment, not just something I randomly said. We're almost ready. Buffer's losing his mind. Cards are flying everywhere.
All right, we have 2,700 votes. 58% of the chat room are saying Leon Edwards to 42% Belal.
Really? Muhammad should win on the ground. Mark my word. All right, Hicks gang. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. Belal Muhammad, 5'11", waiting at 169, fighting out of Chicago. Plus 215 right now. His opponent's record in the UFC, 113-46, and he's done really well. 23-3, 22-3 for Edwards, the champion. You guys really coming strong in the chat right now. Hopefully Belal can pull that high-level wrestling on Leon. Belal, terrible eye poke defense. Belal with a haymaker. Muhammad will finish him. This is going to be fun, guys. I'm looking forward to this fight. I've been looking forward to this fight for a long time. And stay with us on MMA Weekly. And by the way, the new podcast with Sean Merriman, Lights Out. My name's Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. I was here for 3 years. This is my first time back in a year. Pumped to be here with you guys. Keep going to the website, MMAWeekly.com. Look at Leon Edwards basking in the glow, being in Manchester. How far is Manchester from where he grew up? Anybody got that answer? I know it's close, but I don't know how close. Let me see. How far is Manchester from where Leon Edwards grew up? Numbers in the chat exploding. I know he was born in Kingston, Jamaica. First time in 8 years for the UFC. Love wiping cocky smirks off faces watching Belal cry again after this fight's going to be extra sweet. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way. And it's late, man. It's like 6 a.m. there. Almost 5:30. Leon Rocky Edwards. Can't wait to see who wins by decision since they are both snooze fest decision merchants. Really? Wow. Tough to please, huh? Leon Edwards has better fighting skills. Belal wins by knockout. Just about ready to get this thing started. Go ahead, Scott. Muhammad going right for the takedown right away. Lifts him up and throws him down. How about that? When's the last time you saw Leon Edwards get picked up and thrown down? Belal got deep on the double leg right away, Scott. Picked him up and threw him on the ground. Great start for Belal Muhammad. What a start for him. His corner, not much of a reaction, but this is kind of what he wants here. He's trying to drag Leon Edwards toward the center of that octagon. He got the takedown early, trying to drag him over there. Drag him, drag him, drag him. Keep him in the middle. Don't let him get near that fence and push those feet off it to get up. Approaching the 4-minute mark, he's just throwing little tiny shots like this. Not even anything on him, just scoring, scoring, scoring. Little shots landed, maybe add up later. But Leon Edwards made a big mistake at the start of the fight, paid for it. Almost up to his feet, up against the cage. Belal still holding on to the back. Wow. Not the way Leon Edwards wanted to start the fight, but now he's got him reversed, and he's got Belal Muhammad pushed up chest to chest against the cage, and he's throwing knees at him. So Leon Edwards avoids the early disaster. 3:30 left in round number 1. Edwards working low for a takedown now. Belal Muhammad stuffs that. Great start for Belal Muhammad. He's up in round 1 because of the early takedown, although Leon got his way up and he now is in control. pressing the action, and Muhammad up against the fence at about the 3-minute mark. Muhammad trying to throw knees to get him off him, not working. Leon looking to drop down for a takedown of his own. He's not afraid to wrestle and grapple, that's for sure. He's strong, athletic, gas tank for days. Nice elbow by Edwards on the exit. 245 and counting. Belal looks confident in the boxing, though, on his feet, but Edwards long. I like these gold gloves. You can see the punches land a little easier. They're a little bigger, too. Longer with the fingers. Wow, Leon with a dirty knee right up the pipe. Belal closing distance pretty easily early in this fight, though. He gets in quickly. He slips and charges forward faster than almost anybody in the division. I love that about him. 2:15 remaining. All right. Just about the 2-minute mark. Main event, UFC 304, MMA Weekly. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Love having you in the chat. Edwards going to outlast Belal. Fix your timer or don't use it. People are hard to please. A couple of quick hooks from Belal. Not much on him. He's throwing heavy right hands, though, that aren't missing by much. Edwards, with the length, has not been able to keep Belal Muhammad away from him. He got in for the takedown early. Whatever it is that Belal Muhammad and his team saw in preparation for this fight, he's been able to slip and rush Leon Edwards, and he's getting inside at will. Leon Edwards on his heels backing up, and you don't see this very often. Muhammad pressing the action so tough, chin tucked coming forward. Great start for Remember the Name. Belal will do it for Palestine. Leon has to keep the distance to avoid the leg hump. No leg humping so far from Belal. Belal's throwing heat, guys. His combinations look quick. He looks in shape. He looks sharp. This is the best I've seen Belal Muhammad look in the octagon. And it's the perfect time for him in the title fight. He's looking really good. I don't know how many of you are actually watching this, but he's looking quick on the feet, and he's got Leon up top, and now he's got another takedown. Picked him up and threw him down again. Clearly his round. Belal Muhammad looking so good. Closing distance, 2 takedowns, 2 for 2. A big round for Belal Muhammad. Remember the name. Remember the round. He's got one in the bank with 25 seconds left. Finishing the round on the top of Leon Edwards right now. This has been an incredible start for Belal Muhammad. One that not many people saw coming. I know I didn't. More leg humping. That's what I'm seeing in the chat. 5 seconds left in the round. Nice elbow from Muhammad. Leon Edwards has to know what in the world just hit him. 5 minutes in the books, and Belal Muhammad is 5 minutes closer to taking that belt off the waist of Leon Edwards. I didn't think I'd see it, guys. And Scott, let me know what you're thinking in the chat. But, man, Leon Edwards did not look good in that first round. I thought Leon would do more of what he did in the first fight, use the length and the striking to keep him at distance, throw more kicks. Instead, he lets him into range twice, got easy takedowns. Easy for me to say they were easy. But Belal Muhammad getting inside, looking real quick with those combinations. And the other thing is Belal Muhammad able to slip real quick and charge right in. Leon's had no answer. No answer. Muhammad is going to take it to the ground. We love this. Thank you. Loving your commentary. Thank you, Nanad. Nanad, is it Nedovich? Belal sub. I wonder how have the live odds changed now? And why am I not being able to read the live captions, man? Come on. Now let me see the closed captions or the live odds or anything. I want to see the live odds. Shout out to everybody in the chat watching us live on YouTube right now. MMA Weekly. Smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell. Let's go start round 2. Bang. 4:55 and counting. Way better with the commentary. Last one I was listening to was horrible. 2 guys just looking at the screen, not saying anything. That would be on another channel. We know that for sure. Leon missing with the left. Belal Muhammad touching him up, though. Scott, he looks quick, man. When has Belal Muhammad been this quick, guys? Somebody answer me that. He won the first round. Oops, hold on. A little bit. There we go. All right, perfect. Wow. 10-9 Muhammad. I agree with that. No doubt. Big numbers in the chat. Thank you. Minus 130 Muhammad, plus 100 Edwards. See that? A minus 260 favorite becomes plus 100 in one round after a couple of takedowns. And Muhammad in on his waist again, just doing what Belal Muhammad does, making it uncomfortable, making it grinding on you. And he knows with the wrestling and with the cardio, he can wear you out. And Leon Edwards has good cardio, and he's very strong with a takedown defense. But Belal Muhammad very strong as well. Where did this fight go? Come on, no. Oh man, the fight just went away on me, guys. Bear with me. For some reason, the stream's been a little rough tonight for ESPN. Come on. Sorry, guys. It's loading back up. I have it at 3:08 of the round. Bald commentary is on top. All right, here it comes. It's coming back on. Sorry, guys. It's just taking a while. Muhammad minus 270. Wow. The live odds. I mean, he's really fighting a fight of his life. Takedowns. He's looking good. There it is. It just came back for me, thankfully. Muhammad working behind him for a submission, taking his back. I mean, this dude is really, he is putting on the performance of his life on the night when it is literally called for the most in his career. You think about that with athletes, you know, that special performance on the biggest night when it matters the most. You're at your best. You're doing better and performing better than you ever have. Belal Muhammad is absolutely killing it right now. He is killing it. Absolutely murdering it. It's inspiring watching what he's doing. Absolutely inspiring. And I didn't think we'd see it. Leon's still in the fight, but he's being controlled on the back, grinding. And what you're doing when you're grinding, you just flipped him upside down and dumped him down again. Belal Muhammad is manhandling Leon Edwards. It does not look close. Leon's getting ragdolled. He's getting thrown around. He's getting pieced up on the inside. Belal's controlled this whole round. And you guys can call it humping all you want, but it's working. He might as well propose to him because he's humping him so bad. That's funny. I mean, look, he's not really, he's controlling the fight. Is he dominating it? Maybe a little bit. No, he's not dominating. He's controlling it. But just holding the guy's back like this for this long, I'm surprised they're letting it go on. Just holding it this long is not dominating it. It is controlling.
I feel like Leon's conserving his energy here while Belal's spending his.
You would certainly hope, because Leon Edwards has not shown anything yet in this fight. He's in England. You know, he really wants to, and he's been there before against Kamaru and put on a show, but this is something where they haven't been to Manchester in 8 years. You have Paddy the Baddy put on an incredible performance. You had Aspinall put on an incredible performance, a great submission by Pimblett against King Green. Yeah, Edwards plus 250 now, and Muhammad minus 345. How the odds have swung. It was minus 260 for Edwards in the beginning of this fight, and Belal Muhammad was a big underdog. A big underdog, man. Belal Muhammad was plus 170 before the fight. Last I had him, and Edwards reversed it. Now Edwards has Muhammad down. Got his back and pinned him up against the cage with 35 seconds left. Edwards up on his feet, has the shoulder against Muhammad's face, and Muhammad just sitting down. Kind of like McGregor was when he broke his leg against Poirier. If you remember when he said, "Your wife is in me DMs," he's sitting just like that. But no one's wife is in Muhammad's DMs. I can guarantee you that. That wasn't nice, Jim. I'm working on it, guys. Got to be nice. 5 seconds left in the round. Belal Muhammad you have to think he won this round too, Scott. 2 rounds to none. Leon Edwards has to sweep the rest or he's going to lose the belt tonight. It says Tom Aspinall called himself the best finisher in the UFC, by the way, after his win against Curtis Blaydes. Do you guys agree with that? What do you think in the chat? Let us know. Lots of bots in here. 35 more strike Leon selling me. Belal is so boring, but he's manhandling your boy. Manhandling him. Belal Muhammad has great cardio. He looks a little worn down, though, Scott. You seen him breathing in the corner? You don't usually see him this tired. He came out with a lot more energy, and he chose to empty the tank early. And in a 5-round title fight, when you haven't been in that title fight and the adrenaline dump, and look, he's a veteran. Far from me to say, but I think Belal Muhammad might regret expending so much energy so early in this fight. Because you kill yourself energy-wise holding someone the way he did for that whole round. But the way he's been throwing him around and slamming him and dumping him on his head, it's been inspiring watching the single leg up and under. Beautiful job there. Slammed him right on top of his head. Scary. Very scary. Leon Edwards right on the dome, right on the crown of his head. I mean, that's a broken neck waiting to happen. And get ready, Scott. And go. Round 3. Might be a little behind some of you guys, but with streaming, you're going to get that sometime, different platforms. Edwards starting to hunt a little bit more, starting to peck a little bit, hunting and pecking with those feet. What a luxury to be able to hunt and peck with your feet at someone's head. But Belal Muhammad switching stances, throwing jabs coming in quickly. Leon Edwards not able to keep him off. Belal Muhammad coming right through the defense of Edwards, piercing the levels, picking him up and throwing him down again. Remember the name. Remember the name. Belal looks incredible right now, Belal Muhammad. He looks so good, guys. Leon Edwards has had, no, he's not hurt. He just hasn't had any chance against this dude. But now Leon's starting to show that physical strength, and maybe Belal getting a little bit tired because Leon's working his way behind, got the leg in between, starting to take the back of Muhammad, looking for the inside trip to flip him back around and take top position. Oh, he's got his back. Okay, Leon's got his back, and he's got the triangle on. He's kind of like seated up against the cage, sort of, but now he's kind of like on his side. Yeah, on his side, on his right side, turtled up, but he's got Belal's back. They're back to back. He's got the triangle locked in with his legs around the waist, but he can't get the choke in. He's trying to work the rear naked, and Belal's doing a good job defending it. 3.5 minutes left in the round. What are you guys thinking of this fight so far? Are you surprised by Belal Muhammad? Belal may be the least entertaining fighter of all time. Interesting. I can't remember. Jonathan has the best quote of the night. I can't remember his name, but he's winning. His nickname's Remember the Name. I can't remember his name, but he's winning. Jonathan, shout out to you, my man. Whoever wins both sucks on the mic at press conference. Facts. I knew Belal would win, but he won't make the UFC any good money. It's not over yet. I still think Edwards gets the finish. He might get it here. He's working for the rear naked. But Belal doing a great job defending it, but Edwards has the triangle in with the legs. There's still 2:45 left in the round. And I see it as the official timer on ESPN at 2:17, but on the feed it's at 2:40. So bear with us. Streams are always different speeds. What a night of fights, though. Aspinall and Paddy the Baddy making up for a night of decisions. Leon won't win. Told y'all, easy win. Well, we'll see. A lot of money on Edwards in this room tonight. And he's mauling Belal from behind, still looking for that choke. Belal Muhammad was tired in between rounds, sucking wind. He's really breathing heavy now. He expended a lot more energy early in this fight than he normally does. Chat room going crazy. Let's go. MMA Weekly, UFC 304. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. Subscribe right now, YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, MMA Weekly. 20-plus years. Leon's still behind. Belal Muhammad looking for, I think Leon Edwards is clearly winning this round, and he's hunting and looking for that finish. Still got the triangle and looking for the rear naked. He's got it locked in, but the arm's not under the chin. Belal Muhammad is really gassed right now and breathing heavy. Triangle can restrict the breathing and can wear him down more even if he doesn't get the choke. You're right, Damian. Thank you very much for that. Wrapped around the midsection as you're trying to breathe, and you're breathing through your mouth. It's diaphragmatic, and those legs are wrapped around it. Very good point. Not to mention the back of his calf is in another place that's covered by a cup, but still with pressure up against it along with the stomach. Belal Muhammad is, as they say, very uncomfortable right now. Now Leon's peppering him with shots to the body. Got 110 left in the round and counting. Edwards still trying to work those arms through to work a submission on Belal Muhammad. Been trying for this rear naked choke forever. But so much ground control time, 3:11 of ground control time for Leon in this round, and about matches the total ground control time in the first 2 rounds for Belal Muhammad. Who's going to win? What are you guys thinking? Keep it coming in the chat. Oh, man, we're not too far away from Dricus and Izzy. Belal Muhammad getting worked in this round. He's tired. Leon Edwards not letting him up. Still got that triangle locked in. Still looking for the rear naked. Has 30 more seconds in this round to hold him there. And it's funny, for all of you who are talking about Belal humping Leon, what about this with Leon holding him on the ground for an entire round? 4 minutes of ground control time for Leon Edwards. He needed a round. And to me, this tells me, you know what this tells me, guys and Scott? This tells me that Leon Edwards was not comfortable letting Muhammad up. And the huge advantage that he had on the feet the first time they fought is gone in his mind. Muhammad was piercing that veil, was piercing that defense, and going from level 3, level 2, in tight on Leon Edwards easily, passing through his defense with no problem and taking him down, dumping him, slamming him, landing combinations. But here's where we stand right now. Belal Muhammad is winded. He's tired. It's going to be round 4 of a championship fight. This is uncharted.
Did I tell you in round 2, Belal was expending a lot of energy there, holding him down and doing all that.
A ton. And in round 1, Scott, the way he came out, throwing the combos like that takes a lot out of you too. He's tired. He might have shot too much out of the gun too soon. Can we get the gun effect for Belal Muhammad emptying the clips? Belal going to get robbed in the decision. I don't mind, though. What are you guys thinking? Going crazy in the chat. Leon is the champ. You got to do more than crotch sniff, maybe. Belal is winning, yes. 2 rounds to 1. He didn't look so great in that round, though. I think that round was just Edwards saying, I need a round any way I can get it. And once he had that position with the triangle locked in, he wasn't letting him up because he knew he was going to bank that round, and he wasn't even going to chance it. And you can't say you blame him, right? He's a champion. He has to bank a round. He's down 2 rounds. There's no way. If he loses another round, he's done. It's a different fight for Leon Edwards now. Round number 3 underway. Round number 4, excuse me. Belal still daring. He's coming right in range, man. Belal Muhammad better be careful. He's going to get cooked. Leon Edwards is going to knock his butt out if he's not. He's just coming. He's walking right forward. Edwards starting to throw heat. Belal Muhammad better watch out. He better watch. I'm telling you right now, this fight's turning fast. Muhammad still wants to get inside there. He's coming. He's not getting through as easily in this round. He looks a little slower, but not much. Not too bad. 4th round, still okay. Leon's circling. Belal's still coming forward, and Leon letting him kind of dictate. Nice uppercut from Belal Muhammad with the left hand, working the body. The boxing looking really good from Remember the Name. One more round after this in the main event, UFC 304 on MMA Weekly. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Edwards really starting to land with the jab, but he gets sloppy. Muhammad came underneath it for a takedown instead of the jab. Leon just was more like parrying. And here comes Muhammad working the back, lifting the leg up, trying to get the triangle. Oh, man, he's on the back of Leon Edwards. Belal Muhammad, it says 8 takedowns landed. His previous best was 7. Unbelievable performance by him in this fight. Unbelievable. What a night. Paddy the Batty with the sub. Aspinall smokes Curtis Blaydes. My lock of the night. Now you got this one. Can't even read it. It's going so fast. I'm from Chicago, so let's go Balls guy. Belal Muhammad. Oh, man, you guys too much. Muhammad now holding the back of Edwards and just holding him. Oh, my God. Come on. This fight already. Get him on the feet. Let's go. 2 rounds to adjust to the small when grappling a sweaty. I don't know what she said. Belal Muhammad has the triangle lock. It's literally an exact reverse of last round. Now 2.5 minutes left, and Muhammad has Edwards from behind with the body triangle locked in. If he sinks in a rear naked choke here, he could win the title. He's throwing some punches from behind. Edwards, of course, actively defending, and now he's sucking wind. And if Muhammad's able to hold on here and they don't get up for the last 2:15, then he'll have 3 rounds banked. And Leon Edwards will be in a position of having to headhunt and get the knockout in the final round. But he's been dominated in this fight. Leon Edwards, the only thing he did in this fight, the only thing he's been able to do is do exactly what Muhammad's doing now throughout most of the last round, which was to hold him from behind. Hold him from behind and just be sitting there, holding him from behind. That's all he's doing all night long. Hold him from behind and throwing punches. And now looking for the choke, hunting. Edwards trying to kick off the fence. There's 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the round. Bad round for Leon Edwards. Muhammad rebounding here. I mean, it's been boring. This fight has been a disaster. It's exactly why you didn't want Belal Muhammad in a title fight. It's exactly why you didn't want him. If this guy ends up being the champion, the next fight will be boring. Then you just hope Hamzat comes down and mauls him or Islam comes up. I would love to see Islam come up and fight Belal Muhammad. Edwards, the way he's fighting right now, if this ends up like this, I don't even care about a rematch. He just goodbye and good riddance. This is a disgrace. How you guys feeling? It's a joke. 3-1 Belal with under 1 minute left. It's looking that way. Edwards not even really making much of an effort or able to get up. But I don't know. This is a tough one. It's boring. I mean, no one's getting a bonus in this fight. I mean, they're expending a lot of energy. They're working hard, and I hate to, No, I don't, actually. Leon reversed it. Look at this. Now he's on top. When's the last time you saw a UFC cameraman bouncing around the camera like that? Not the best work there. 20 seconds left in the round. Leon reversed it, but he's not going to win the round. He's not going to win the round. Wow. Belal Muhammad's up 3-1. Did you think you'd see this? I never thought I'd see the day. Belal Muhammad's up 3-1 in a UFC title fight. As we finish round number 4, he's 1 round away from being the champion and boring everybody to death for as long as he has the belt. Wow, is this a boring fight? One of the most boring title fights I've ever seen in my entire life. You guys with me? What do you think, Scott? This is boring. I mean, the Olympics are on. We'll watch the wrestling. This is a boring fight. Y'all tripping. Belal lobotomized him. I think it's funny.
Boy, they're yelling at Edwards in his corner that he's got to pull it out this last round or he's done.
He needs a knockout, Scott. He needs a knockout or it's over. His title reign I'm talking about is over. And he's not getting a rematch the way he's fought here tonight. It's been an incredibly uninspiring performance by the champion, Leon Edwards. He's been worked by Belal Muhammad. Let the hands go. Let the feet go. Muhammad came out very aggressive, Scott, and everybody in the chat. He came out very aggressive, and he came out letting those hands fly. He was not trying to stay at distance. He wasn't being cautious. He came out, and I like the way Belal Muhammad fought. He came out guns blazing. He came out in Edwards' face. He has 8 takedowns. He's been slamming him on his head. And here we go. Start the clock, Scott. Round number 5. Let's go. Standing there, throwing bombs in the middle of the cage. Let's go. Make it a firefight. Make it a boxing match. Come on. Leon Edwards can catch you anytime and put you to sleep. Remember the Kamaru Usman fight. I do not have to remind you, and I'm sure no one has to remind Belal Muhammad. But he's got to be up 3-1 right now. And right now, it's a knuckle game. They're throwing bombs at each other in the center of the octagon. And Belal shoots in for another takedown, but Leon stuffed it. Very aggressive and very quick on those takedowns. Edwards better get away from the fence or he's going down again. And if he's taken down again and doesn't get up, this fight's over. He might not get up again. He needs this to be a firefight on the feet. I don't see him throwing kicks. I wonder if he's got an injury, Leon Edwards. This does not look like him. But Belal Muhammad has been extremely aggressive, and these guys are tired from the ground fighting. And Edwards has been held down all night. Now Muhammad's on his waist. Come on, he's going to hump him again. This is ridiculous. Come on, he's just holding him up against the fence. Please let the sweat kick in and let the arms slip off. This is the most boring fight in the history of title fights ever in the UFC. Please start throwing things at them if you're there in the crowd. Don't really, I'm just kidding. But they will if this keeps up. You know how that goes. I mean, this is atrocious. This is absolutely a disgrace. It's an embarrassment. He's up on his back against the cage. not even on the ground. There's no action going on. Every single round has been one guy holding the other guy on the ground. Boring. Ugh. I mean, at least if Leon loses the belt, we don't have to watch him in any more title fights. Maybe does this speak to Kamaru Usman? Was Usman as good as we thought he was? Is anyone? Who knows? But right now, it's not looking that way because Leon Edwards, and is Colby any good? He's getting worked, man, by Belal Muhammad, who's been on this streak. And maybe we just didn't give Belal Muhammad enough credit. He is fighting the fight of his life tonight, the only fight he could win. And the only thing left for him to do is to put an exclamation point on this win right here and finish Leon Edwards. He deserves to be finished. His effort tonight has been abysmal, awful in his home country. He has not even barely put up a fight. He's landed nothing. The one round he banked, he turtled up and held him from behind with a triangle if he won that round. And now with 2.5 minutes left, one of the most disgraceful and boring performances in championship history is maybe about to be finished off by Belal Muhammad, working on the rear naked choke. And I like Leon Edwards. This is so uncharacteristic. I don't know what's going on. Does he not fight well at 6 a.m? Who knows? I want to know. I want to know what happened. You got to keep it on MMA Weekly and watch all the shows and read all the content on the webpage to find out what was wrong with Leon Edwards tonight. Why is he getting worked like this in a title fight in his home country after dominating Colby, after dominating Kamaru? It was the Leon Edwards era, and Belal Muhammad has come in here and dominated him in this fight. Inspiring performance by a guy who was begging for a title fight, who was telling anyone and everyone who had listened for so long, it's me, I'm that dude. Everyone's like, yeah, right, no one cares. You could be on fire. No one cares. No one wants to watch. Everyone dissing him. Belal Muhammad kept on fighting. He fought during Ramadan. He won during Ramadan. What a performance. A boring fight, a terrible fight, but an inspiring performance by a guy who deserves to be a champion. Dana White's not going to be happy with this fight. No. It's got to be Rakhmonov. Maybe Islam comes up. Under a minute left for Belal Muhammad. Could it be, after all the years and all the fights, Belal Muhammad, at 36 years of age, Belal Muhammad with the nickname change, 45 seconds. Edwards reverses. He's on top. Edwards needs a miracle like Anderson Silva or Yair Rodriguez type of miracle to win this fight. 35 seconds and counting. Belal Muhammad, 23-3. Win number 24 would put the gold around his waist, and he's under 30 seconds away. There's blood everywhere. Edwards cut him.
Edwards split him open with that elbow.
Split him open with the elbow. 15 seconds left. Edwards needs a finish, though. 10 seconds. He's not. Oh, my goodness. Edwards not even throwing anything.
Belal is just holding on to him. He can't throw anything. Belal has him tied up.
Another big elbow from Edwards. 1 second.
Too much,
Belal
too
Muhammad
late.
Getting pieced up, but he's going to be the champion. He was getting beaten and bloodied and battered at the end of the fight. Where was that? Leon Edwards is going to be really mad at himself. Where was that earlier in the fight, Leon? Where was that will? Where was that fire? Where was that? Oh, man. Belal Muhammad's the champion of the world, guys. Get used to it. Belal Muhammad, UFC welterweight champion. I repeat, Belal Muhammad, UFC welterweight champion. And Scott, I will tell you this, beyond a shadow of a doubt, he has made sure of one thing tonight, and that is that UFC and MMA fans will always, from here on out, remember the name, Belal Muhammad. Great job by him, man. I got to say, I'm surprised. I have to say, I mean, that was a great performance in a title fight. It was a terrible fight. It was a boring fight. It was exactly why no one wanted Belal Muhammad in a title fight, because they knew that's what he'd do in a title fight. But that being said, he executed to perfection tonight, man. Coming in aggressively through the, oh my God, right through the defense of Leon Edwards all night long. No defense at all. Takedowns all night long, slamming him on his head. Leon Edwards got worked from the beginning. And in the end, he really started throwing
him so long to get going. Why the last 30 seconds of the fight? Where was Edwards?
I think I think it was early on. Belal Muhammad just took the fight to him. He just came right in, and Edwards kind of expected him to stay back at distance because you remember the first fight, Edwards kept hitting him from distance with the hands and the feet, and Belal Muhammad had no answer. But Muhammad knew he had to get in tight, A, for the takedowns, and B, if he's going to box him, get inside those long arms. And that's exactly what he did, man. What a performance by Belal Muhammad. But I still can't believe it was so easy for him to keep going through the defense of Leon Edwards, to keep splitting that guard like that. I don't know how he was continuously able to just split the guard. That's inexplicable to me. I still can't understand. I mean, that'd be the first question I'd ask him in the post-fight interview. Why so aggressive coming through? What did you see that made you think after the first fight that you could just split his guard like that? This is a 49-46, maybe a 50-45. I say 49-46, but no, you know what? 50-45. What do you guys think in the chat? 50-45. 50, I can't get the closed captioning to work, but that's okay. At least the video is working with the commercials and the pay-per-view charge. Belal Muhammad. Yeah, his arm's going up. He's the champ. Wow. Leon Edwards did not do anything tonight. He didn't deserve to keep his belt. He did not deserve to keep his belt. And my feed just literally froze again. I can't see what he's going to say. Scott, do you have the closed captioning on the interview?
No, I'm behind you.
Okay, I'm going to try to what did the score end up being?
For everybody in the chat room, we had it at a 50-50, almost 10,000 votes. The chat room said we're at 50-50, split right down the middle. But Belal is pretty emotional right now.
As he should be, man. He's been really wanting this for a long time. He put everything he had. He's 36 years old, Scott. It's been a long journey for this dude. He's been a beast for a long time. I'm happy for Belal Muhammad. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think he could do it. I didn't think he could do it, man. And I give him a lot. I mean, he's a very outspoken supporter of Palestine. He's Muslim. He's going to say something here, whether you like it or not. But he's had a lot of businesses that his family owned looted and destroyed when the George Floyd stuff was going on. That was in Chicago. I mean, it's been a weird ride for him. I mean, the way that he's fought against Sato and Brady, mauling those guys, and just keeps winning, man. 24-3, he's the UFC welterweight champion. And that's really something. Belal Muhammad, I love this sport. I love this sport so much, man. I really do. I don't even know if the feed is still on the air. I mean, this whole thing has been crazy. But what a night, Scott. What a night, and what a win for Belal Muhammad. Did you get the official scores yet, anybody? I'm kind of flying blind because they're not even letting me pull this back up.
So basically, he said this fight was nothing. I did this for my family. I did it for Palestine. Palestine's fighting the real fight.
Okay, whatever he wants to say, it's his floor. But man, I mean, it just with that performance and the pre-fight odds, right? Edwards was minus 260. Belal Muhammad threw 294 strikes, Scott. He landed 183. Edwards landed 83. Muhammad landed 100 more strikes in this fight. He threw 180 more. Significant strikes, he landed 20 more and threw about 60 more. Takedowns, he went 9 for 13 on takedowns. What a performance by Belal Muhammad, a big underdog in this fight. Tom Aspinall, the interim champ at heavyweight, still, of course, with that win over Curtis Blaydes. 1 minute of the first round, took his head off. King Green, subbed out by Paddy the Batty. No longer Paddy the Fatty. Paddy the Batty came out ripped, angry, aggressive. And then you had Rodriguez and you had Arnold Allen win. Uninspiring performances in those first two fights. But Scott, Paddy the Batty and Aspinall, and it was all set up for Leon Edwards, but Leon Edwards lays an egg. Leon Edwards lays an egg, Scott, in the title fight tonight. This was his worst performance in a long time. And Belal Muhammad deserves all the credit for that. Wow. Meatball Molly loses. Tough
That's
night.
funny. When Cormier finished his talk, he called him your champion, Leon Edwards.
Oh, he did?
Corrected himself to Belal. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Buffer did that once, announced the wrong winner. I did that. I've ring announced for years, and I did that one time. And I said like the first syllable and caught myself, thank God. Buffer went all the way. It happens. Wow, man. Pretty good finish to a lackluster card, wouldn't you say, Scott? What do you guys think in the chat? Kamaru Usman will reclaim his title. Who do you want to see Belal defend against first? Did he call anybody out? Did he say who he wants to fight? Does he want Islam? I wouldn't see why he would want Islam. Oh, that'd be a good fight. That'd be fun to watch Belal fight Islam. I'm all in on that one. I'm there for that one, Scott. What do you think? Are you in there for that one? Belal and Islam, who do you want him to fight next? Belal against Islam? Belal against Hamzat? Usman's not getting the shot next. It's not happening right now.
So he talked to Leon Edwards. He said what went on in there. He said he was tired. He's been tired all week from, I get apparently the time change, fighting at such a weird time, 6 in the morning. And he says he wants to fight one more time this year. It didn't sound like he was saying, I need a rematch or anything like that. So I think it's just going to be working his way back to title contention again for old Leon Edwards.
Well, it's going to be Rakhmonov or it's going to be Makhachev. Do you want to see Makhachev fight Sarukian or do you want to see him fight Belal Muhammad? Or do you want to see Belal fight Rakhmonov? Rakhmonov's a killer. That'd be a fun fight too. Belal Muhammad at the top of the mountain. Which one do you want to see, Scott? Who do you want to see him fight?
Oh, say that again.
Who do you want to see Belal defend against first?
Oh, I'd love to see him fight Islam.
That'd be great. It'd be great for ratings too.
I don't think they're going to, but I would love that.
Numbers. Be nice to each other in the chat. Man, I'll tell you what. Izzy and Duplessis coming up on the 12th. That's going to be great. And then you got the Sphere event, 306. I'm a little underwhelmed with the card, but the production of it. Are you going to that one, Scott? Is media going to be inside on that one? What's that going to be like? This?
At the Sphere, yeah, I'll be at the Sphere. I'm hoping they have a regular spot for us to enjoy the show because that's going to be a once in a lifetime. Obviously, it's a one and done type of thing. He's spent $17 million so far on it, and so I hope I'm not in the press back room the whole time.
Right, I know, right? And I'll be in Vegas for that one, so I'll see you up there. That's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm having fun doing this. Everybody in the chat's still having fun. Big night for the UFC in England. They hadn't been there in 8 years. How long are we going for, Scott? We don't have the press conference, you said, right?
We don't have however long you want to go, buddy.
Okay. Well, as long as the numbers dictate it, we'll stay. What are you guys thinking in the chat? You guys still engaged, or are we just putting up Palestine and Israel flags all night? I mean, really. So
yes. No more flags, so we can have an actual discussion in the chat room.
Edwards defeated. Yeah, no. All right. Excuses from Leon. Yeah, that's the thing is like Leon Edwards with excuses. Let me ask you a question, Scott. And in the chat, I'm going to ask you guys this too. Okay. My question to you, all of you, is Leon Edwards fighting in his home country as the champion. Was that a disadvantage actually to him, considering the local time where he lives is 6 in the morning? And Belal Muhammad's actually fighting at the time when he would be fighting in the U.S., even though he's fighting overseas. Where's the advantage for Leon Edwards fighting in his home country? Is that a fair point? Is that a fair question?
I think it's a fair question. I mean, fighting at that time in the morning when somebody... Now, as far as it went with Belal, I guess Belal's in the stateside, right? So that'd be an advantage to him because he wouldn't have the time change difference to deal with.
Oh, it says on the screen, Leon Edwards defeats Belal Muhammad. That's what they're putting on the chat. We got it backwards on the screen, Scott. You see that?
Oops. Yeah, let me go back and fix that.
This one guy keeps right. He posted it. Sana posted it like 8 times. Thank you, Sana Sabir. That's Leon had no advantage. No, he didn't. I can't believe how easily Belal got inside. You guys watched the first fight. It was 2.5 years ago. Belal win via decision. Yeah, easy decision. 9 takedowns, man. Leon got worked.
Yeah,
Fighting
9
in
out
front
of
of your home
14.
crowd can make a fighter super nervous. No, not him. He already did it. Nope. No excuses, but the time was stupid. Yeah, I think that was an insult. I don't insult. I think it was a disadvantage for Leon. Belal forgot your name already, Muhammad. Well, they're gonna remember it forever. They are gonna remember it forever. At least the books will. The welterweight belt, man. That's one thing you got to respect the greatness of George St. Pierre. Usman went on a pretty good run. Welterweight's where it becomes a tough. I mean, there's just killers in welterweight all the time. Tough to keep that belt. Everyone coming at you. Time does not mean anything. If Tom and Paddy could do it, then I'm sure Leon could have as well. Fair point. Leon looked like he was going to vote for Kamala. Oh, my Lord. Are you serious? I can't believe I read that. It's one of those ones you start to read and then you realize what rabbit hole you just went down. Brandon knows what he's saying. They got me, Scott. Shavkat will destroy him. Man, someone be hurt. Shavkat will know he's in a fight. Even with jet lag, Leon had time. He wouldn't have jet lag. He lives there. Belal KOs us fans from boredom. Did Paddy lose? No, Paddy looked amazing. Subbed King Green like nothing. What's next for Edwards? Next for Edwards, Scott said he told DC that he wants to fight again this year. You know what? For Leon Edwards, I think a fight that really makes sense that I'd like to see is how about Ian Machado Gary? How about that one, Scott? You want to see that? Edwards and Gary? Gary at number 7 needs a big name to fight.
Yeah, I like
that'd be a
that.
good fight, man.
I like that.
It's either that or Della Maddalena, one of the two. I don't want to see him fight Gilbert Burns. Shavkat's going to fight Belal if Islam doesn't. So, I mean, do you want to see Della Maddalena fight Gary? Do you want to see Gary fight Leon? Or do you want to see Della Maddalena fight Leon? Because Colby could fight Della Maddalena too.
Yeah, I don't know if the Leon. I would like to see Leon versus Ian Gary, but I don't know if that'd be a good one for Leon.
I think we're gonna see. I think Gary's gonna fight Colby, and because they've been talking back and forth, I think they're gonna fight, and I think that Leon Edwards is gonna fight Jack Della Maddalena. That's what I think is gonna happen. What do you guys think in the chat?
That sounds.
At least Belal was trying to do something. Leon is boring. Guys, come on with that talk. He's not a terrorist. That's stupid.
Yeah, he is.
What ended up being the final score? Was it 50-45? It was a unanimous decision. What was the final number? It is, I'm looking. Let's see. Oh, wow. 2 judges had it 48-47? So they also have no optometrists in England, along with dentists. I really won them over now, Scott. No optometrists either, because whoever takes care of those judges' eyes, man, I'll tell you what. 48-47s and a 49-46. Wow. I mean, you're talking about a discrepancy of 100 strikes and 9 takedowns to 2. How in the world? Yeah, there we go, guys. Belal may be a bit boring, but he'll learn to improve his mic game. No, he won't. He's 36. He's been fighting for 100 years. No, he won't get more interesting. Leon cheated and still lost. How did he cheat? What did he do? Puppets to mainstream media. Belal worked hard and won, period. He did work hard and win. Islam would have destroyed Leon. Okay. Tom loses to John Jones. Sorry, he just does. Goat, goat, goat. Okay, I see it. Love to you too, man. There we go. UK folks shouldn't be too mad that they're bummed WWE lost. Welterweight, that would be. You've got Aspinall. But you have no optometrists or dentists. But you have great hip-hop scene in London. I don't know about Manchester. Tom loses to John Jones. Yeah, I know. Well, I didn't have it 50-45. I had it 49-46. What did you have it, Scott?
My bets before they close.
You got to go cash it. You do? Okay. Anything good?
Well, I got my the under on Ton Aspinall.
Okay.
And I got the parlay with Paddy, Tom, and Belal.
Where'd you put him in?
What? Where?
Yeah.
I'm not giving them free advertising. They've got to pay for that.
This is what happens when you underestimate your opponent. Belal was the actual Rocky story. Yeah, I think when you start getting comments like that, it's time to wrap it up. Leon is not a good grappler. Jones is hiding. So you're going to go and turn in your bets. You want me to wrap it up, Scott?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's get the best comment for the last one we post up on the screen. Who's going to be the best last comment we post on the screen? Well, I
heard that, guys. Leon did not win by decision. It was Belal. Leon looked like he wanted to take a nap last round when Belal had his back. Yes, he did. Tom Aspinall going to be champ. Come on, guys. We don't have it yet.
Oh, this was a pretty good one.
I love your beard. Oh, you love my beard? Scott, show him your beard.
We don't want to show him my beard.
Your beard definitely.
You have to go to the podcast
I've had in a long time
with Merriman to see my beard.
I feel like it's a pretty good beard, but it pales in comparison to the beard of Scott Peterson. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. MMA Weekly's live coverage of UFC 304 on the YouTube. Thank you for being here, subscribing, liking, ringing the bell, all those things you do. And a lot of decisions tonight, but man, oh man, after Arnold Allen and Gregory Rodriguez gave us decisions in the first two fights on the main card, Paddy the Baddy, with an emphatic statement win, the first one of his career, smokes King Green. That's Bobby Green, for those of you who've been living under a rock all week. He didn't look like a king tonight. Paddy the Baddy by technical submission, triangle choke, also an armbar at the same time. 3 minutes, 22 seconds of round number one. Tom Aspinall smoked Curtis Blaydes like we said he would. 1 minute, round number one, TKO with punches, and then Belal Muhammad made sure that we will always remember the name. Unanimous decision win over Leon Edwards to become the new welterweight champion. He did it. Belal Muhammad has been telling us all along he's ready, and he proved it tonight. He is the new welterweight champion. Of course, you got the new podcast with Sean Merriman, Lights Out, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And Belal Muhammad is the UFC's welterweight champion. August 12th, Izzy and Duplessis will be back live for that one. He's coming back to MMA Weekly, running independently owned MMA website in the world. I'm Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease. For Scott and everybody and the whole team, thank you for being here for our live coverage of UFC 304.